it again.
And you'll never know what it is.
They didn't even know that you said it was crazy because I hadn't unmuted you guys yet.
It's crazy.
How I saved Christmas.
So, for those of you guys who don't know,
Saved Christmas.
we like to catch up a little bit. We haven't seen each other in a while. Like I saw
Sorry.
Pixie last week. We were both dead. But when we get all together like this, we just kind of bullshit and catch up for a little bit.
It's like we like each other as a cast or something. Go
It's like
fucking
we're
figure.
friends.
It's wild.
It's good
Weird.
peoples. I love you guys.
I can't believe it.
They just put up with me because I'm hosting the show.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Please go to her house and slap her for me.
I gotta go beat a pixie. I'll be back.
I
Okay,
dare
thank you.
Get that
you.
rose toner and just apply it right to the forehead. Apply it directly to the forehead.
Down the
I just one day I'll say, I'm sick, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna burst in behind those doors right behind Pixie with a baseball bat.
It's gonna scare the shit out of me. You have to plan it with Cody though. It'll be the biggest jump scare any stream has ever seen. So
But Cody will let me in.
I know he will.
It's fine.
I don't like it when people gang up on me. It's like the day that Cody came up. I don't know if you guys remember this, because I think it was like pre-Cat and David was still here, where Cody came on in the channel and he was like, "Hey, Sway, can you make sure that Pixie eats during this game?" And he was like, "Yes."
Oh.
And I was like, "Stop it. Both of you stop that." And he's like, "No. No, you don't eat
You
otherwise."
wanted to be polyamorous. What you get?
That's what you
This
get.
is the double-edged sword of it. You know what I mean?
You literally have two
multiple
edges to the
reminders.
sword now.
I hate it.
I think it's funny that Pixie's like, all right, we got to start. So, did you know about this one time? Bang, yep.
Fuck off.
But
We
hey,
can run a
everybody,
podcast. We're funny.
it's true.
Sure.
It's true. Have you guys read the comments on like YouTube videos and stuff? They're so wholesome. They love us so much.
They do. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Oh,
If you
trust
guys,
that, but okay.
if you guys would like, go check us out on Spotify and YouTube and Twitch as well. And feel free to leave comments and concerns and bitches and complaints, and we will listen to the compliments.
Except for
So-
Don't
where's
be
this?
mean because I'll
It-
cry.
And also, I love all of you, but so many people have now commented, "Hey, where can we watch this missing episode?" I feel like you should read the comments and our responses and know that we can't. We can't. It cannot be done. It vanished into the ether. At some point, we will record a short little snippet to put in between the two episodes to fill in the gap and be like, "Hey guys, sorry about this. This is your storyteller Sway. We had a tech issue, and this is what happened." But
that one
move on.
episode back in
Yeah.
like season 1.
But it was really important because a lot happened where suddenly everyone goes, "Wait, what the fuck? What did we miss?" Because it's the one we did on your channel instead of on Rep, and it never got exported.
What?
So like it
I don't
was.
even remember what episode.
It's the
It's
one.
the one
important.
where we killed the sex trafficker.
Yeah, it was the really,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
the fun one. It was the
Yes,
it was the
yes,
one
yes,
for
yes.
Rain. It was that big one.
Yes.
So like, but important stuff happened, and so
Yes.
like we should catch up on like, here's what you missed. We're sorry. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Because enough people, it is just, Tristan. I will find you and slap you. Joke.
For one, was rather impressed with Pixie Sway impression.
I'm sick. I can go deeper. I can. It's and then
have
it's just
the
about the
technology.
cadence. At that point, honestly.
So if you guys are just catching up now and you don't know what we're talking about, back in season 1, we did an episode where we killed sex traffickers in support of a fundraiser that we were doing for RAIN, which is the Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network. I like to kill bad people in my games. Yes, our players, this goes with the content warning, our players are monsters. Our players are not, or sorry, our characters. Our characters
you had
are
it right.
monsters. Some
No,
of
you're
our
right.
players, some of our players are little fucking chaos gremlins.
Yeah. Me.
Our characters are monsters. They're vampires. They kill people. That's what they do. That's kind of how they have to continue to exist. Our players are not monsters, for the most part. We like to joke and say that we are, but
I've never done wrong anything ever in my life.
However, I am
a
not-
demon. I clearly the one who cries every episode.
You're not a
am
demon.
the worst.
Insert a monster from Frozen Broadway musical.
I'm a demon. You're not a fucking demon. Since when did Squishmallows become demons?
Always. That was their secret.
Oh, fair. So I am not impartial enough or above enough, I guess you want to say, to not put real world shit in my games that is set in the real world for my players to interact with and fight. We didn't have COVID because that just incorporates a lot of the streets of, Bourbon Street are empty tonight because of the COVID, and well, fuck that. But yeah, there's some things in our games that are real to our real lives, and our players can interact with that. And if one of our players just want to be like, you know what, I hate abusive boyfriends so much that I'm going to hunt down every single person and kill them, or those little registries that they have, and it's like, I know where I'm going to snack tonight, whatever. That's feel free.
You're a registered sex offender. You're a registered meal.
We needed to commit arson across the city, but there
you go.
Who gets what?
Well, what I found interesting, just like from a psychological standpoint, is those of us who are trying to be monsters in good ways. Still, like, we're still trying to kill bad people. We're still trying to, like, we have to be murdery. We have to do all these, like, it's in our nature at this point. But we're still like Dexter. Like, I know I'm gonna be a that, so I'm gonna do it for the right reasons. Like, feels like what Siren's going through.
Oh, if only Kitty would.
Speaking of real things, though, before we get too deep into the show, don't forget, folks. For those of us our friends in the States, turn your clocks back this weekend.
Oh, fuck me.
You're welcome. Fall back this weekend. You get an extra hour.
Unless I get mandated.
But that means if you're on the clock, you get an extra hour stuck at work. And it's always weird because it's technically at 2 a.m. And so, like, that's the hour that goes over again. I remember I was dating a bouncer at a club at one point, and staying up the extra hour to try to pick him up from work. He got off at 3 a.m., but I was like, wait, so when is actual 3 a.m.? He goes, when your clock says it, but your clock's gonna do an hour twice. I was like, but it doesn't make sense to my brain. I'd never been awake for it.
Which 2 o'clock?
I have never been awake for it in my life. And autism does not like time changes. There's a scene in Community where they're setting the clocks back and Abed's just screaming at it. Turns out, if I have to watch that change happen, I break. I was fucked up for a week. I was like, no, I hate this. What's happening?
My existence has been prolonged.
I was at a Denny's one time with a roommate.
Oh,
it's at 2 a.m. and then we were talking and
it was like
2 a.m. and we looked at our phones an hour later and it was 2:15. We were like, oh God, what eldritch hellhole have we fallen into that it's only been 15
The Waffle House
it's that and like
time.
I can't figure out, like, when I flew to Kentucky once, but I had to fly through Texas. So I flew from the East Coast back a time zone and then back into our time zone. And I'm freaking out to Cody on the phone. I'm like, what if I miss my flight? What if it's an hour off? He goes, they've done it correctly. All you have to do is go to your gate. And I'm like, no, it's the wrong time. I'm an hour off. He's like, no, I promise you're not. Like, I promise. Like, it just broke me. I was like, never again. I'm never ever flying through Texas again. If I end up back on this coast, I'm not doing it. It was just fucked up. Like,
so yeah, we sometimes kill sex traffickers in our game.
I missed you all.
So that goes with our content warning.
Understand I was also too sick to talk for 2 weeks, and I'm catching up on all of it now.
It's true. It was rough. It still is. Like, it still sucks. But just content warning to be aware of is that our world is monstrous. Our characters are monsters. Our players have to survive in that world. And if you leave the table in game, your character belongs to me now to do with what I want. Which brings us to a recap of last episode. So at the end of season 2, the viewers found out that Addison was back. Addison Claiborne had fully went to the dark side, and for reasons still unknown, and manipulated events to his own liking, or took advantage of some events that were going on for his own benefit, to include bringing Kat's sire and abuser Atticus back to New Orleans for pure emotional and psychological torture. of just knowing that he was present would have been enough. Fast forward to episode 1 of season 3, last episode. Our coterie, both Jem and Siren, decide to, Jace was sipping his coffee and
I forgot.
eating his biscuit.
Continue.
But Jem and Siren went for a little like hunting mission that turned deadly, for better or for worse for that individual. And the individual that they saved, they told, hey, go back to the bar and get some free drinks. Then somebody who was dressed very conspicuously like Eddie Valiant, Siren's private detective ghoul, murdered that man next to Lissav, next to their domain, next to the coterie's stronghold, and then dragged him to a bar next door in the alleyway. And it looked like Eddie Valiant, but body type didn't match up. Clothing matched up, body type didn't. And then Jem, with a vision, a premonition, was able to see through the eyes of the victim and found out that it was, in fact, Addison's face, wearing the garb of Eddie Valiant. Now, as far as we know, Eddie Valiant's still alive somewhere. His clothes are missing, right? It's fine. But at the end of the last episode, the entire coterie is up in Lissav, with Vegas, who is just about to depart, which we will pick up with the coterie being alone to discuss. But as the camera pulls in through the clouds, we see the ancient site, Iris's store. Iris's the face of Jace. Iris's store. Iris is Jace's sire and maternal figure for a majority of the coterie. The perpetual like voodoo mom of New Orleans, like
She's the best.
in the best way possible. Yeah. We see two people approach at different times. They don't go in the store. The first person, right about this time that the sun goes down, is somebody dropping off a envelope, a large manila envelope. And Jace, the person that you sent to go look for information on the Second Inquisition stronghold, to be believed, St. Louis Cathedral. Describe, like, who's that individual and what do they kind of look like?
Delphine Richards. She is a she dresses similarly to how Iris dresses most of the time. She looks really comfortable. She has on like like a knitted sweater most of the time. Even if it's maybe a little bit too warm, that's kind of just like her apparel. She's pretty short. She's a little bit heavier. She's just really plump and just has this air of sweetness about her. Like, and if you look at her, like one of the first things you think of is just like how nice and gentle this woman looks.
I just want to hug her.
Yeah.
Is she Caucasian? Is she black?
She is Caucasian, yeah.
Okay. You said Iris, and I'm like, okay, fluffy, black, sweet lady. And I'm just like, I fucking love this chick. Okay, so now that we have an image of her, what the camera sees is her place a large manila envelope in kind of like the mailbox drop box area of Ancient Site. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't like look in the store much. She sees Iris through the window and waves, And whether like Iris knows who she is or not, like Iris waves back. It's just kind of like, oh, friendly customer. I'm going to eat her later. It's great.
No.
And so this young girl walks off, and we see Iris walking up the stairs. And then we see a more masculine form from behind. Look in the windows. Look in the front door. It says open, but he doesn't open the door. He comes to the other side and looks through the other window. Steps back and kind of looks up. And just kind of walks away. But I don't know what this individual looks like. So Matthew, can you describe Jace's ex? And what he looks like?
Oh, god damn it.
Arnar!
Arnar.
Oh
Clear.
no, not him.
Clear. Fuck me. Okay, yeah, so... Okay.
So what's his name?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me see if I took notes on this or if I have to make it up. I pinned this conversation in our DMs so that I would be able to, oh, god damn it. Of course I didn't. His name is... his name is Oscar. And Oscar is... He's a bit taller than Jace. He's like 5... He's like 5'11", 5'10"-ish. Because Jace is like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah.
And Oscar is... Oscar with a C. Oscar with a C. He's not cool enough to be Oscar with a K. And he is... honestly, he looks a little unassuming.
Yeah.
He has a... It's very like... mom and pop shop coffee vibes is kind of like his look, right? So he has, most of the time he's wearing some vaguely patterned button up that's not like, that's just unbuttoned a couple of buttons down, sleeves rolled up. He's Hispanic and he has on some like black jeans or something. And he has fairly well kept hair. It's cut kind of short, and he has stubble that he keeps well groomed.
So kind of like unassuming coffee house comfy vibes.
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
casual look. Okay.
Well, fuck, I love him. Don't do that to me.
Yeah, for now.
Well, there's a reason that they dated.
It very much fits Jace's like preferred vibe. So yeah, the camera sees him kind of look through the windows and doesn't see what he's looking for and walks off. And the camera kind of follows him for a little bit and then cascades up over his head down a few other streets, turning and through one of the top windows of Le Save. Now this is the same night. So, dealing with the ramifications of the lethal kill, the lethal feed, as well as the ramifications of the guy you guys did save end up being like murked behind your fucking bar. And then being murked by Addison, who was then dressed like Eddie Valiant.
It's the weirdest version of Who's On First ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Hey.
Now turn it over to the Kota Ray.
No, yes.
Aw.
Gem is almost catatonic. She's just on the floor, hugging her knees to her chest, rocking.
And if I remember
Did we-
correctly, we just exchanged the information of
Mm-hmm.
I knew who the victim was, you knew who the killer was.
Yes.
And we just passed that information off.
Yeah,
And,
we'll,
and so
we'll say that you guys
Yeah.
had talked about that part.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we'd actually gotten to the point of, this is the guy we saved.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Addison
but
who
we
killed
did,
him.
yeah. But let's
Okay.
say we did during
Okay.
And-
during the
Yeah.
final credits. That was we
I
picked
missed
up,
like the last
That's the
10 minutes
okay.
of the episode.
it's we
And also, you said that that Vegas was leaving. Did we send him somewhere, or is he just leaving because we have now all gathered? And he wants
Vegas
to give us-
knows that there's messes that need to be cleaned up. Would you like to have sent Vegas somewhere?
What
I don't-
messes need to get cleaned up?
the
dead
dead
body across
That's been
the
taken care of.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
but
the
he
dead
wants
body
to
across
over-
the street.
yeah, he wants
He
to
wants
make
to
sure.
oversee
Yeah,
it.
that's valid.
The dead
my
body
dead
in the
body's
alley. You're good.
Yeah, that guy
Mine's
was
been
taken
taken
care of.
The dead
Yeah.
body that is behind the alley, or behind the bar-ish area, is relatively too quick
Open.
to have already been taken
Yes.
care of. But he's
Yeah.
there,
So
and
he's
he will
gonna-
oversee
yeah.
that it's done. Was there anything you wanted to ask Vegas to do? Okay, I didn't know there was a conversation you guys want to have with Vegas other than like, shit is fucked. Did you tell Vegas? Did Vegas overhear that Addison is the one that killed
See,
this person?
and that's the thing. I don't want Vegas to know.
I will let Jem decide on whether she broaches that topic with him there, or is she still too like
If
fuck.
I feel
fuck,
like
fuck.
she's too in that headspace to.
Well, I don't.
But Jem is
I
also a
don't-
person that goes, oh, "We need to fix this right now. This is what the fuck."
I
is
don't.
situation."
I don't think she did it with him there. She's a little precious with Addison,
Yes.
and so that's something that Coterie can have. But I don't.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, that's not her sire. She's not gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
He's great. She likes Vegas.
As far as the pool of knowledge goes, the individual was the guy you guys saved. That is now known outside of the coterie to Vegas, but because you guys would have talked about that part,
Yeah.
like who is this dude? What do I like? Oh, we just fucking saved this guy. But as to the murderer, does Vegas know they look like 80 Valiant?
I
Because
told
Pixie, you would have seen that.
I told him to I told him that I was concerned that someone was impersonating Eddie.
And that
And
who you
that's-
had been
yes.
talking to obviously isn't who you've been
Yes.
talking to.
So
Okay.
he already knows to look for someone who seems like Eddie, but that's all she knew before he would have gone.
Fair. So we just don't know who the masked man is
Yeah.
outside of the coterie. Okay. I'm with that. So
As a matter of fact,
So-
I like to think that if that's where we're picking back up is in the silence after the revelation and Vegas is already gone. Siren goes to grab her phone. I would imagine Jace stops her.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. That's fine. I'm fine.
See, yeah, like I don't think Matthew doesn't want this to sound like it's rude.
I have fully imagined starting
he-
to pull it out and him wrist grabbing her, be like,
well,
no.
so he's not going to wrist grab her, but he is going to look at her and tell and say, "Put that away. We need to talk about this here, not on the phone."
that brings me to another point that I was kind of curious about because I didn't have it written down. So everybody's got new phones.
Yeah.
Now,
I have my
from
old
what,
phone too.
Exactly. From what I understand, Siren only has one phone now.
Yeah, because I threw the other one.
Because you smashed the
yeah.
other one because of
Yeah.
Eddie. Jace, how many phones do you have? I believe you still have your two.
I think I still have my two because
You're
Jace,
using your old one for the contacts, your friends and shit. Like who
and
you're
also
using.
Jace wasn't quite as worried about that as everybody else was. So I think he kept his old one and took the new one to sate the fears of
Yeah.
the coterie.
So, Kat, assuming that you had a phone when you entered into New Orleans, do you now have two phones or one phone?
I had a Nokia, and then Jace looked disgusted and gave me a new iPhone, so I
Okay.
have one phone.
You have the new iPhone
Yeah.
or a newer iPhone? Yeah. We're still an iPhone 12 plus ish, 13 ish.
It's an iPhone XR.
Time is.
Yeah, there you go.
literally
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an iPhone 10, whatever
Yeah.
version you
Oh,
want
boy.
of that.
That hurt me.
I
That
hated
hurt
that
me
one. It was like
so
this-
bad. just now, okay? As an
hate
apple
that one.
zombie,
The older
that
one.
hurt me.
That was my first iPhone, and they were atrocious. I was like, never again.
Out of character, just want to remind everyone, we also are supposed to be planning a party in the next week.
Yes.
Yes.
That's also something
Yes,
we're
we are.
supposed
That's
to be
another reason
doing.
I didn't do a time skip, like to the following night. You guys still have to pass out invitations to
Correct.
either the clubhouse or to y'all's establishment or the establishment, whatever you guys want to have the party at.
Yeah.
You guys can have the party in the fucking Thin Bloods
Not
brewery.
feeling
I don't give a shit.
Party-tastic.
Well, I
But
mean, the
the
last time you guys had a
party
party in the club in La Save, it ended with almost everyone.
I just won't
Pledging
sing.
their undying
Okay?
Almost.
We'll just make sure
Almost.
there's no blood magic on the roof. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just do a
Well,
quick
that's the only
fun
fix.
magic
Easy
Alright.
peasy.
And that party is a calendar week in game.
Yeah.
God.
So
You could create an entire
8
planet in
fucking
a week,
sessions.
Shell.
We're fine. Like,
I gave you
Yeah.
guys enough time to accomplish whatever you guys wanted
January.
to, and then
January
we'll
is gonna be this.
I just wanted to make sure.
Whatever
that
you
it's
guys want. Look, I'm good until at least
in-game.
February now, so
know, I told
we don't have to
them.
worry
We're
about.
very excited.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about time skips or anything.
Woohoo.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, as soon as he sees you pull out your phone, he's gonna shoot a glare at you, which he does not normally do, and is put that away. We need to be discussing that here, not texting anybody.
It does sort of change the information on who Vegas is supposed to be getting in touch with right now.
Yeah, and we don't know if he needs to be getting in touch with them before we get in touch with him.
I'm not saying he gets in touch with him. I'm saying he maybe doesn't trust anything coming to him from Rebecca Chase at this point.
I was under the impression that nobody trusted what came from Rebecca Chase.
We do.
This does.
You
You guys are aware of that. The
do.
prince trusts Rebecca Chase.
And we occasionally
Vegas trusts Rebecca Chase because of what happened in season 2, where she was one of the only loyal ones that
Yeah.
weren't fucking around with shit.
You guys maybe trust her, but
I'm not saying it's smart to. I'm just saying the prince doesn't keep her on a very short leash.
But I think that we need to be having these initial discussions before, in 10 minutes, you can text.
Who are you
But
trying
give
to
us
text?
some time.
Vegas.
Oh, he just left.
And Jace
I know.
assumed. Jace assumed it was Vegas, whether that was correct or not. But again, in 10 minutes, you can text Vegas. But please let us just have some time to keep this in and figure out what we want to do.
Kitty, while this is happening, has sat next to Jim and has taken Jim's hand, just kind of holding it.
He lets you.
Yeah, she doesn't say anything, she just holds your hand.
So, Jim,
Yeah.
you've told the coterie about
Yeah.
Addison. I keep looking over to make sure if Tristan causes chaos, please let me know.
We will immediately.
Here's what behind the scenes. This is what I think of the night before or the night of every time that we go live on Vampire. Okay, I know generally what is going on in the background. How do I relay that in ominous, miraculous images that can be misconstrued, can be seen for what they are? Premonitions to give Jen.
You
And
can
that's
put
the
everything through
fear
the
that Tristan has
filter.
put in. Yeah, Tristan has instilled that fear into me of having to know everything else in the world. Not just like, hey, we're gonna take an off night tonight. You guys don't know that. What do you guys want to do? No. There's no such thing as an off night for the DM when Tristan is around. He's
Welcome
like,
how all of us feel all the fucking time.
I know.
We love it. Thank you, Tristan.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 And I will
Yeah,
say-
keep it up.
My game, so I'm fine.
I will say this. It also doesn't need to be one donation total. We can if you want to do 10, somebody else
The
wants to do
threshold?
10. It won't happen until we hit 50. Just so you understand that. But if you want to tip a 10 here and 10 here and hopefully somebody else will pick it up the rest of it, it's a risk reward. So,
Not at all related, but I just realized my ice cubes are hearts. That's really cute.
that's adorable.
That is very
I want hard ice cubes. I would have to use my freezer to have hard ice cubes.
Yes, that is how that
So
works.
Jim, what is going on in your head?
She keeps flashing back between the image of Addison in the trench coat and it's like flip book pages between that and like random memories of him and shots of her phone texting him and just text after text after text after he disappeared and no response and not knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't I don't know what to do.
Well, we break down the larger problem into smaller pieces. We know that somebody was killed. We know that Addison is back and did the killing. We know that he is dressed up as Eddie. We know that Eddie is not the one texting us. So, let's take care of those parts first. The body being taken care of. Eddie, we need to find it.
That would be the first step.
Okay.
She just kind of shoots. She doesn't say anything, but she's still holding her phone. She just shoots Jace a look like, yeah, like.
Matthew, roll me a intelligence occult.
An intelligence occult.
Now this is kind of a long shot. It's something that I'm going to incorporate, possibly if it works. But I'm going to give you a shot to think of it.
Okay. Does this have to do with blood magic, witchcraft,
Yes, it does.
or the
Almost
abyss
emphatically,
/
yes.
labyrinth? Okay. And
Enthusiastically, yes.
specialties are 1 die or 2 dice?
I think with the new canon, yeah, it's 2. If the new
Two,
canon
okay.
or the new errata is 2, just basically because the 1 was like, God, you would have to live for like 50 years before you could have another one. So they just
Sure.
I know that because we had to build characters for last week's Vampire the Masquerade one shot.
the new
Catch it
errata
on our
made
YouTube
every,
channel.
yeah, definitely. I missed it while Pixie was here because all we did was lay in bed and cough at each other for fucking 4 days.
I lived on General Tso's chicken because it cleared my fucking sinuses. I ate it
Dude,
8
miso
times.
soup was like the only thing.
Okay, so
Yeah, what do you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Okay. First off, I do have a working kitchen. I just don't like using it. Secondly,
don't have a working
9 successes.
That's
And that was without using fucking any specialty dice.
No, that was with the
Herald.
specialty dice.
Or no, that
with
was
the
without
specialty
using
dice.
any like blood and boon dice. Okay.
Correct. Yes.
9
one of those
successes.
was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes, but one of them was a crit, so I just counted it as the double. So
My water works. It's not in that one bathroom. Anyways, I don't know. We're talking about my apartment during the stream, Pixie.
I was talking about it in chat. Do your job.
So 9 successes.
yeah.
You know that you can track blood.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reasonable belief that with the power amplification that you've been studying, plus tracking blood, you might be able to track smaller amounts of that blood,
Uh-huh. Okay.
such as ghouls.
Oh.
You might be able to actually track the
I can get
ghouls
Mm-hmm.
of a kindred.
Yep.
it's Siren. She has like 1,700.
She does.
I have a whole
She has
sea.
less now.
So it'll be a
The
shot in the
entire
dark
thing lights
which
up.
of the GPS pins I go follow. Okay, yeah.
The first thought is I think I could probably do this with all this power amplification stuff. Secondly, God, that's a lot of dots that are gonna pop up on the fucking
Literally,
on the map.
Man, I'm gonna have a lot of white ribbons.
Suddenly gonna have like a cluster migraine of like,
Go
oh my
to
god, it's so
Joanne's.
bright. Oh my god,
I
it's so
need
bright.
300 feet of your laciest ribbon.
I just go to one of their ribbon spools, and instead of normally you go to the counter and have them cut it. I just go to the counter and I'm like, please measure this. Oh, how much do you need cut? Don't.
How much is on
measure
it?
it.
Just tell me how much is on an unopened spool. I worry
Yep.
what
I
you
need to know
heard
how
was,
many uses I
I need
can
a
get out of
lot
this
of
spool.
white lace
I know.
ribbon. What
I
I
need
said
6
was,
feet.
I need all the
Need
white
all-
lace ribbon that you have.
Correct.
I know what I'm about, son.
And it has to be satin. It has to be white satin ribbon. Yeah, I can find him. If we have enough time. So that is one part of the plan. Two parts of the problem is fixed. Addison. Jem, how entirely sure are you that it was Addison and
I know
not...
him. I know that face.
Could it have been somebody being an imposter? Somehow?
An
Do you
imposter
know
of
about
an
all that kind of
imposter.
stuff? Can somebody change their facial form to look like somebody else?
Yes.
We know.
Yeah.
Let us get there in character. We all know how it works.
Look,
God.
look up at my Nosferatu boyfriend is still here.
Let us fucking get there, okay? We're building to it.
Something's
Oh,
just-
But if it's...
But as imposter of an imposter, he's already pretending to look like Eddie. Why would someone... That's so many fucking layers. Just nosebleed. Like...
But that's the thing is it...
Ogres.
We already have... I don't want to necessarily believe that it's Addison. But we have to kind of rule out one of those options first. We have to either try and figure out if it is or is not Addison.
It's
And if it
him.
is, why?
Our best bet would probably find Eddie first and see if he's alive, what he knows.
Okay. Okay. I will be right back. And he is gonna go to his room and see if he has white satin ribbon.
Roll me a not wisdom. Let me look at this. What were we using for foresight? You're gonna roll me a wits occult, and you can use your specialty in blood magic because it's materials for your blood magic.
This man does one thing on this ship, and it is with the cult. So 10 dice incoming.
I do one thing here, and god damn it, I do it well.
Listen.
Literally.
I'm the best at what I do.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
Yeah,
Staring at
you
my
have
strength on one day.
you have enough to track.
Okay.
Because you would have had enough foresight to track Gem,
Yeah.
Kitty,
Yeah.
Siren,
Yeah.
Iris, and
Yeah.
Victor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we'll say 5 plus you being like super prepared and probably like planning on like fucking up some shit. You'll have 7 uses of this spell of white satin, but you would need a significant amount of blood for the power amplification, and then whatever you would use for this.
Okay. He will gather. He gets the white satin ribbon, and he's gonna go ahead and just grab 3 of the bundles. And then he's also gonna grab a very large bowl, and he also gets a lighter. And he is gonna come back into the room. I have everything. This will take a little bit. I could use help if somebody doesn't mind, but I can also figure it out if you guys have other things you need to do.
I'll help, but they're my problems.
You would need Siren's blood to begin with, but if she's willing to help that process, you can add an extra. You can add an extra 2 die to that.
Perfect. Then come.
One for the blood, one for the help.
She looks at Jem. You can only do so much right now. The bar could probably use your help. I don't think Hammy and Yo-Yo are gonna be very focused tonight. She's trying to get Jem something else to do. Like
she smiles a little bit, and she'll give Kitty's hands a squeeze, and stand up and go downstairs.
She looks at Kitty like, "Do you wanna? Can you?"
Actually, she's gonna go to her office really quickly.
Yeah.
Grab an axe.
Yeah. Just real fast. Yeah. It's my emotional support axe.
Yeah.
It's
first
registered.
Dos.
Are Yo-Yo and Hammy hooking up in my office?
No, Hammy is. Yo-Yo is managing the bar. Hammy has taken a defensive.
Security.
He's sitting at the end of the bar.
It's weirdly hotter.
And he's paying attention to Yo-Yo and then the door. And like anybody that approaches Yo-Yo, his attention moves from the door to anybody that's even just for drinks. But anybody that approaches Yo-Yo, because he knows that you guys are upstairs, they have to get by him to get upstairs. Anybody that comes through the door is the biggest issue. However, if it is anybody already in, he doesn't want them approaching Yo-Yo. So he's like coiled.
She's gonna like walk behind him and touch him on the arm, let him know she's there. Run to her office really fast because it's pajama night.
Sure.
And she's gonna go put on her stupid little pajama things.
I mean, I believe this is still Halloween night.
No, it's not Halloween night, but this was like the week leading up.
Okay.
They have stuff every night. So, but
We
tonight
haven't even made it to Halloween
Because the prince
yet.
was dressed as Ash.
Yep. Huh?
Yeah.
That was our Halloween night. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it was not officially.
So she,
we never got to Halloween, like in game.
Yeah. She so she goes and changes. Comes in and hey Yo-Yo, you can stay down by Hammy. I got the bar.
I mean, I like having the 3 feet of bar space in between me and anybody else. If I can hang out here back with you.
Oh no, I'm not saying go on the other side. I'm saying if you want to just go chill on that end. Yeah, absolutely.
I want to kind of chill between both of you.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. Yep.
Who doesn't love a hammy sandwich?
A ham sandwich is the best.
Megan, you're fired.
That's fair. Good night, everybody.
Season wrap.
And you see her actually like pour a shot and like swig it, and just like she's like, I'm just gonna take the edge off a little bit.
Oh hey, is Whiskey Lou's shot still there?
Yeah.
Oh thank God.
I'm not touching that shit.
Just making sure we're keeping him topped off. Yeah. So she'll the switch flips really fast, and she's
War mode.
Yeah, she's working.
Yeah. Okay.
Jesus.
Siren. You've seen Jace do this tracking spell before. I want you to roll me an intelligence occult.
Okay, hi, hello.
I know. It's not your like bag.
Not what I was gonna ask.
Okay.
Is this because I have specialty in, and I've watched him do it, therefore I have studied it? Can I make some academic? Can I add my academics to this as I've watched him do this? I've taken notes. I have studied this. This is a test. This is homework.
She does study.
I do study. That's my whole
She
thing.
does.
Also, if this is about the extra stuff that he's doing, he is going to talk her through
Yeah,
it.
like if this is an academics,
This
I have
is more
academics.
seeing if something popped in her head to help you.
Yeah, that's why
Okay,
I'm asking.
okay,
Because
that's fair.
I studied and I helped him study this stuff, and I did homework with him back in
I'm
season
gonna
1.
go ahead and say yes.
All right. Okay.
But I'll tell you why it's a confusion here in a minute.
That's fine.
Go ahead and roll it.
What was the other actual rolls I need to roll?
Intelligence occult.
Intelligence occult. It's because I have nothing in occult, only intelligence and academics. So like that's still not a lot of dice. That's why I wanted to make sure that like I'm just in case, so I don't blow up the entire bar with failing at blood magic.
No. You'd be fine.
Okay. Ugh, okay. On 5 dice, 2 successes, but 1 was a crit success, so 3 successes.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Then I'll give you a partial success.
Fine.
And here's why.
Okay.
You know that it tracks things. In kind of a visual of, like, it's going to lead.
Yeah.
Right? Talking with Jace about how this is going to work. You know that it's going to essentially snake off to different paths. There could be potentially a big waste of time.
Yeah.
Unless all of those paths were already here.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you could bring a majority of the ghouls here, this is what you get with your 3 successes. If you could bring the majority of your ghouls here, or if all of them could come here, when the spell hits and it starts zigging off, some of those are going to be really short.
Yeah.
The only one that would be the longest would be if Eddie can't come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if Eddie isn't Eddie anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's gonna, so like, while he's prepping, she'll go, wait. And she'll have that brilliant moment of like, this is gonna make a map, right?
That's what you get for studying. It was like a 3
No, that's-
partial success.
no,
2
Sure,
failure.
yeah.
That's fine, because she is also like, that's the academic brain took over. And she went, fuck, I have to think about this logistically. Logistically speaking, what if? And she pitches that to him. Would it be, I can get
Yeah,
them
if this,
here.
Jace, if
Yeah.
the spell works the way that you guys are thinking it would, that'd be the best.
Yeah, I think. Yes. I think that will.
Amazing.
That should make it so that I can at least we can narrow it down to anybody that's not here.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second.
And
She is Kat still upstairs?
Mm-hmm.
She's still up with us.
Who's cat?
Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's just gonna I can get them here. I can get them here quickly. How much time do you need to set this up?
I can begin setting it up and then finish it whenever everybody's here. And you see him drawing on the ground the symbols that don't normally line up with what other blood magic stuff he has drawn before. You see like some Nordic inspiration. You see some like symbols that you might align with more like Christianity. You see like other stuff that isn't just these weird arcane runes that he's drawn before. And you see him kind of drawing this in a circle that looks about as big enough for him to be in the middle of whenever he begins. And whenever it's almost finished, he will bring over that large bowl that he brought with him, and he'll put all but one of the stacks of white ribbon outside of the circle, and he has a different roll of some white satin ribbon that he places very carefully next to the bowl that is in this large circle.
Now, I want to pause you real quick because I was watching a show the other day. I dropped a picture into Bayou chat. Now, I was watching a show. It's a great show. It's called Constantine. It's one of my favorite DC heroes, anti-heroes, whatever you like to call them. And then I saw them doing sigils on top of a roof that was Norse sigils around like angel symbols. And I was like, these motherfuckers copied me. And I looked at the time the episode had come out. I was like, no, they did not. But if you're in the Discord, go ahead and go to Bayou chat. That is almost exactly what I'm imagining was on top of the roof, in which Jace is trying to recreate.
Correct.
But it's crazy. It's Norse symbols around fucking angel shit. Like
wild. But yeah, that's what you see, and he'll continue doing that as you are contacting people. And if you need to leave, that's fine. He'll nod that you can go if you need to go do anything to grab people.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. Huh?
Oh no.
Sorry, you're good.
Unrelated. It's a later thing of more drama in the art world. Anyway,
Fair.
Yeah.
so it's yeah.
Siren, you know it could take about 20 minutes. But you know a text message, like
Yeah.
they're not going to ignore that. They'd be there.
No, but she wants to make sure there's a plausible reason. Megan, correct me if I'm wrong. If you were making Pajama Day a day or two before Halloween, correct? It was close. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So she's gonna send out a text. She's gonna go downstairs first to warn Hammy, who will be on this group chain, that this text series is coming, and to warn Jem. I will cover the tab for this. And she's
They
gonna
don't all have to be at the bar. They just have to be centralized enough that it's not crazy.
But the only way to get away with that without it being sketchy and being like, why am I suddenly summoning all these men who may or may not know things about me is, hey boys.
We're having a gray sweatpants costume contest.
I need a calendar. I'm gonna need all of you to show up. It's Pajama Day. No, she's gonna say, it's essentially like a, hey boys, and I know things have gotten a little crazy, and I may need some extra security down at the bar as we get closer to Halloween. But to thank you all for all you're doing, free shots for all of you tonight at Lasav. If you want to come on down, just as a thank you. And like, I know things are about to get really crazy for a lot of you, because like a lot of them do private security and do other things, and like Halloween's a big security night. So she's like, I figure we do it tonight so that it's not. You're all gonna be busy on actual Halloween. Like, come on down, so I can say thanks. Just let them know, and all of you get a free shot at the bar at Lasav.
Yeah, and this is only a couple hours after sundown. Like, as
so
soon as the
she's-
sun set, you guys were in the thick of it.
Yep.
So
she's
She just has a magic mic group chat.
Yes, I do.
yeah, she does.
Yes.
It's atrocious.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much. So that is, but that's a good cover. Like that's a genuinely good. Like, all right.
You get responses of like thumbs up, okays, the fucking rockers. Like you're getting this.
Yep.
Of all the
That's why she
ghouls
warned
of
Hammy.
New Orleans, essentially.
That's why she warned Hammy. And if she has any senses, if she can feel when her ghouls are close, she's gonna start vibrating at some point, because she's never in a room with all of them at once. And they're just gonna, she's gonna be upstairs like, "Huh?" All the hairs are standing up. Like,
you're standing close enough to Hammy that you hear bzz, 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 to all like the responses. Like, I'm not sure at this point how many ghouls you have. I just assume you have a ghoul pool that allows you to incorporate militaristic needs as needed.
I basically have a small militia of beefcakes.
You do. You have your small like
Beefcake
coterie
militia.
militia going on.
They would die for right.
They would. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you, Megan, for
very
knowing
well
me.
trained, if not completely psychologically stable.
Who needs that?
Next pool party is a pool party, right?
Yes, it is. Absolutely, it is. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
So,
My dog's gonna love it. So much fun.
oh my god.
You get all this text back. You know, like Eddie wasn't a part of that, of the fuckboy militia group chat. Or was he? Would you have concluded him?
I have the fuckboy militia chat.
Yeah.
But then I also have the ghouls and sundry chat. So that includes the woman across the bar, who owns the bar across the street. The
I
lesbian
figured like you had your
denim mommy.
Food, fuckboy,
yes.
heavy lifting, and then you had your like, you guys actually have skills.
Yes, unfortunately, that means though also
you don't lift heavy things and shoot.
That means Yo-Yo is also going to get a text because she's technically a siren ghoul.
Is she on the fuckboy?
No, she's in. I sent it to the everyone.
You sent it. Okay.
So that lesbian mommy across the street will get it. And also Eddie will get it, and it won't seem weird if I
Did we make her a lesbian?
You made her a lesbian. She tried to fuck me. Yeah.
I think that might have just been because you were like
ghouling
vampire flirting.
No. She was like about it before the ghouling started. That's how I got the ghouling started.
Okay, so just canon lore. She's not lesbian. She owns it with her husband.
That doesn't mean anything.
No. She's bi. She's into you.
That's fine. I didn't
like. I was like,
she's only half lesbian.
We didn't make her. Yeah, half lesbian.
No, we made her about it though.
Which is just really like one argument away from being like full lesbian.
Yeah. She's one bad date, one bad anniversary away from just changing her settings on Tinder.
I think that's just like women in general. Like, you know what? Fuck it.
If I weren't terrified of women, that would be absolutely true.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Yeah,
I don't like this conversation.
I love you.
Men are pretty. I love them. Thank you.
No, actually true. Actually true. I say this having exclusively dated men happily my entire life. But no. So yeah. So that it's not weird. So it's not. Let me text all the fuckboys, and then privately and just alone text these other ghouls just in case. I just in a ghoul group chat. But it's like, I've set up like an undisclosed, like no one knows each other's numbers. Yeah. Like no one knows each other's, no one saved each other's. There's been no conversation of names. There's just a billion phone numbers in here.
Yeah.
No one's gonna remember. It's basically like I get from stores you frequent, you'll get our Memorial Day sale is happening. Like suddenly go out. It's the text blast. So.
Okay. So all the ghouls are informed. And you start getting enough responses to know, like, okay, it's out. I want Siren, I want everybody aside from Gem to make a perception check. Wits awareness. It's not that Gem's not paying attention, it's just trivial.
Gem has enough shit going on. You don't have to make her, she's dealing with enough. That's why I sent her to deal with the bar. I was like, no, she's gonna have a fall apart.
I'm also not making Hammy or Yo-Yo roll.
She's dissociating like a motherfucker right now. She's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Making the same shaker for like 10 minutes now.
Yeah. Wits awareness?
Yep, wits awareness.
Do I need to be rolling? I'm upstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
We have vampire senses.
This is so Siren ran downstairs, but this is a beforehand. This is just something extra.
Not all failure.
Okay.
I once again on 5 dice got 2 successes and one of them was a crit success, so 3.
Okay. So 4 and 3 is perfectly. It's nothing huge. It's you see.
Don't say that to us.
You see Fred.
Oh.
Hop off the bar. Now that Siren has come downstairs. Siren, he passes you. He walks upstairs. He looks in the doorway with Jace. Jace is doing his drawing on the floor. He sniffs a little bit. He looks at Kitty. Looks at Jace. Walks over to Kitty. Kitty's oblivious, unaware, thinking Kitty thoughts. Meow, meow, meow.
At the moment, she's thinking, everyone's had emotional trauma, so I'm gonna have to go invite people. I have to read the party. Because I'm not emotionally invested in Addison, but everyone else is. So I have to
just want to kill him.
And Kitty,
You're gonna be our hero because of that, right? You're going to be our saving fucking grace.
From breath's distance away from your ear. What is going on in my bar?
What? Huh?
What is wrong?
What is wrong? I speak in cat speak.
Meow.
Exactly. There was someone these people used to know came and killed someone, and now we're trying to find them.
Is he going to clean up the blood?
He will clean up the blood, yes.
I'm not cleaning that up.
You don't have to clean it up. You don't have to clean anything you don't want to clean up.
He smells funny.
What do you mean he smells funny?
Like blood.
He
Like
smells like
incense. Like... Do you not see it when you look at him?
What do you see?
He's fucking weird.
He's just a different kind of person, a different kind of vampire. They do magic and stuff.
He glows with shadows.
I'm gonna peek into the room and look at Jace.
Just Jace just like finger painting on the floor.
Cool.
Like, or using whatever, like if he's got a paintbrush.
Finger painting.
They get the fine details.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is Jace.
It's just me peeking over and Fred peeking over under me, looking at Jace and like pulling back. I mean, he looks. Can I activate Eyes of the Beast on Jace?
Yeah. You see that you get the impression of a stronger beast than the rest of the coterie, and in some ways stronger than yours.
Which is weird because I'm a lot older than he is.
You're older than them.
Gwen.
Does Kitty know that Chase ate a...
I don't believe that
Okay,
Kitty
cool.
knows.
Got it. That's fine.
I
don't
might
believe
start
Kitty knows.
thinking about it now.
I mean, yeah. I just... Matthew could not remember if
I
Kitty
don't
had been
believe you guys
informed.
ever had that like sit down like so
That's
diablerie.
fine.
How do you feel about it?
That's fine. They don't need to have.
Not that I think Kitty would be like exceptionally against it, but like it's not a conversation that's come up. Odd because in some ways, like you get the sense that it's stronger than yours, but not as experienced. So like he's got a larger power cell than you do. But
He's got a power boost who doesn't.
like
He's got all the rare
pool of
items.
power.
He's got all the rare items of RuneScape, but he doesn't know how to use them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like they're not always like they're
He
they're
hasn't
attuned,
leveled up
but they're
enough
in
to
the wrong
actually
spots.
use them properly, but like
Yeah.
they're there. Like
Kitty will remember this. This is a future conversation. We're busy right now. And I give Fred some good scratches. And I go into my room and get some of his treats and give them to him.
If you give me more treats, I'll tell you something else.
I give him more treats immediately.
Okay, let me give me a minute. And he like eats the treats and like runs away.
Okay.
He comes back a little bit later. While the text messages and stuff like that are going on.
Yeah. I'm going downstairs because I'm at 3 hunger and there's blood happening in the other room.
That's fair. That's fair. I was gonna let you guys roll once you left the bar, but if you guys want to roll now, we can see what our hunger
technically,
is at now.
this
just in
is
case-
the end of another day. We already did
that is
it.
true.
Like
that is true.
this is we're
Yeah,
good.
Gem
We
is
already did
good.
it. Like
Gem is good. Roll again, bitch. No.
No.
I'm really bad about like, okay, new episode, same night. Okay.
yeah, usually we are starting a new night. This is midway through last
Still
week.
horrible at making you
so-
guys roll for hunger. Until you guys start casting shit or like trying to flex, I'm just like, nah, it's fine. So you go ahead. You go downstairs.
Yeah, no, I just go downstairs and hang out for Fred to come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He climbs up next to the seat next to you.
Cool.
Ghost.
Yes.
Where is that fucker?
Let me see. He's supposed to be over there, like point where his shot is.
No.
Huh?
He wanders around. He's not attached to the glass.
Everything I love
Yeah.
is gone.
But is he here? Is he not here anymore?
He might be in one of the rooms. He's not down here. He usually hangs out. He kind of looks over to like where Jace's table is.
Uh huh.
He's not there.
Can you go look around for him for me?
Yes.
Thank you.
And like with like a voracious like I will hunt. I will hunt this beast inside my bar. He runs
This is
like
the
you guys know there's
Ghostbusters we deserve. All cats.
yeah.
All
There's all
cats.
cats.
Or Salem, get her in here.
So he kind of wanders around.
Mhm.
Chase, roll a perception check.
Okay.
As you look down, there's
What's
cat paws
awareness?
in the blood.
Right. Get out of here. Woof. Well, do. Okay.
It's not going to be a ton. It's not
Two
a high-
successes,
Okay.
1 crit, and then 1 crit fail.
Okay. Yeah, that evens it out. So
Yeah.
two is enough. 1 was enough. As you kind of like look up to kind of like breathe, and you look back down, there is Fred peeking out at you.
Wave. Hi, Fred.
You see his eyes like squint just a tad bit. And then he walks across the door frame. Like he walks in front of the door.
Sure.
Just like I fucking you the entire way. Like he doesn't trust you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But mom has said you're okay.
Yep.
And then like he goes and like you hear like little sniffing, little scratching on some of the other doors. That's all.
I'll poke my head out. And Fred, do you want? And he'll like not finish the sentence because he can't understand Fred. He will just go over to the doors and open whatever door he's scratching at to let him in, because that's
Hey,
what you do with cat.
Yeah, he goes in
Okay.
and just kind of like
Cool.
looks around.
Okay. All right. Bye, Fred. He go back to his room. Continue doing his blood.
Fred's
blood
looking around.
magic.
He was told to go look.
Yeah.
He was like, how the fuck do I open this door?
Yeah.
I turn it back over to you guys. That's
Cat button. Or like cat doors
yeah.
for the bar.
Everybody needs cat doors. Don't worry about it. Just let it happen.
I hate that. Never mind.
Don't worry about all the other ghouls that could come in through a cat door. It's fine.
Nope.
Well,
No, like, not going outside, but like inside the bar, whatever.
Yeah, inside your rooms. Don't worry about it.
No.
Just a tiny little mouse squeaks through, and then next thing you know, you're waking up.
Casual
Body parts
Nosferatus.
missing.
Yeah.
That where'd my liver go? Crazy. I'm gonna go over to the bar where Jim is, and just gonna put my hands on the bar and look at Jim, and being like, "I'm making executive decisions for this party, so you don't have to make choices right now. I need you to be okay with that."
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure.
Perfect. All right. Thumbs up. And I'm set in my brain, we're gonna have the party here because it's familiar territory, and it's already has a bunch of things that I've put here for safety reasons, and then we can do a check.
It's where my guns are, so we're gonna do it here.
It's where my guns and my cat are.
Yeah.
Half my armory is in this bar, so we're
The
gonna
other half of the armory are two big ass dogs.
correct. They're outside right now. This is
It's
vibing.
true. You brought Bud and Lou with you because you didn't tell them to go back home.
We are very aware that they're outside.
Look,
Outside.
I
They're
hate them
water-
so much I forget where they're at. Okay.
How
I don't know
dare
why you
you?
hate these dogs so much.
'Cause he's a hater.
Because they're like
Oh,
motorcycle
glimpses of me as a mother.
sized things that I need to
They're
like
not
pay attention to.
motorcycle size. They're big.
They're in
They're
my
not,
head.
they're not miniature horses. They're fine.
technically,
I don't know
everything
about
is a miniature horse.
Fair.
True.
I'm a
Um,
miniature horse.
Yes.
You're a miniature horse.
Of course.
Salem
We
and
are
Fred
all
could ride
Lil
them into battle,
Sebastian.
but that's a different story.
Yeah.
We're all Sebastian. Okay, I'm meeting myself. I'm done. Thank you.
I can have during the party. I can have Spot keep an eye outside. Come get me if anything happens. That's the plan. I'm gonna go be social and invite Primogen to this party because that's what we were told to do.
This can only go well.
It's gonna go great.
I would like this to be the rest of the episode.
I made friends
that
with
party.
I made friends with all of them at the party except for the Tremere one. He didn't want to dance with me, but I made
You
friends
did.
with all of them.
That's
Yeah,
so true.
you did. Kristoff's just a
specifically-
weird kid. He doesn't understand shit.
I made it specifically said that I dance with every Primogen so they know that we are friendly.
I'm sorry, are you a bumblebee? You're like, I'm gonna dance to show friendship and communicate, and it makes me very happy.
Except
She gonna
like,
pollinate all them flowers.
It's like a bumblebee, like really slutty. So it's so stupid.
Did I stutter?
Yeah, because you were like half naked that night too. And he's like la 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 la.
She's always in a bralette and shorts. She's always half naked. She hates clothing.
Hey, are you
Yeah.
so are you gonna go run to the yeah?
Run and invite, yeah.
Yeah, can you say hi to Candide for me?
Absolutely.
Thanks. And
You're welcome. Is there
If
anyone
you-
else you wanted to invite that wasn't a Primogen?
oh, I don't really know anybody.
Do you want to invite the who? What are the other Nos's names?
Oh, the smart?
That we
Ego.
like? Yeah.
Oh, we can.
Okay. You look uncomfortable with that. I cannot.
You can't really invite Ego or Id without inviting Ego. Like you know.
No, I
he's pretty
know.
much-
Yeah.
Yeah, and at this point, Ego's the problem.
Yeah, Ego's the problem. It's
Yeah.
like he's the dick. Nobody wants to hang out with him.
Yeah, no,
you also know that the Primogen really aren't going to go anywhere unescorted with who they want to bring anyways. So there's going to be more than like the 5 people showing up.
Yeah. I'm also gonna text the Siren and the Jace. I'm not gonna try to think about it. I'm half awake. Primogen, anyone else? Question mark. Put it in emojis. Thank you.
Jace
So
will
let's-
text back that he's good.
Let's do a little pop quiz.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
No, I'm not gonna know.
They had the conversation in the office because they said words like
I want to
primogen.
know who knows their Primogen.
Yeah. Oh.
Who are the Primogen in the city?
Okay.
I
Okay.
have RQ.
Uh-huh.
You.
Gangrel.
Andy.
No, it's Raw.
Candide
too.
is Nas.
Vegas.
Rebecca Chase's Vegas. Rebecca Chase.
Mhm. Mhm.
And Kristoff.
Kristoff.
Ransom is the Bruja.
Ransom was the Bruja.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And there
I
are
have-
no other clans we know.
And there's no other clans on paper.
Not really. Not really like hanging out.
See,
Yeah, there's no,
No
other
other
clan.
clans. None.
Which is funny because Vegas is now Clan
I'm
Primogen
aware.
of the
It's
Toreador. He's not
dramatic.
Toreador.
It's amazing, and I'm
It's fun.
obsessed.
So who's your sire? We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name is Bruno. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Kitty's gonna go on a invite mission.
Okay.
Duncan can come with if he wants to. It's up to
Duncan
him.
will 100% be escorting you to Candide.
if he wants to. My God.
He's not going to let you go unchaperoned inside of his domains, like of the Nosferatu domain.
Wait,
Um,
Duncan.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah.
he's been chilling out in the bar in his hoodie
Yeah.
and jeans.
Yeah. She constantly is
He's-
putting like drinks and stuff in front of him. Hey, when you go home, if you see the Smirks, if you want to tell them to come by, that would be okay.
As in, like, they can if they want, or you want them to, because they're going to take it as 2 different things. So
No, I mean, like, if they wanted to come by tonight, that would be cool.
okay, but between us, do you want them to show up, or is it kind of like want to be cool with the Nos?
Yes,
So-
Duncan. Jesus, God.
Okay, look, you're good with the Nos. It's just you don't have to be good with those 2 to be good with the Nos.
I know.
And if you're the better you are with Candide right now, the better you are with the Nos as a whole.
Well, I'd love for her to come over, but she won't. She doesn't even return any of my texts. Not that I text her a lot or anything at all, actually, Duncan. That's none of your fucking business.
He just kind of like kind of. Oh, look. Okay.
Kitty has talked her head to the side of this conversation.
So the fact that Candide has acknowledged your existence outside of being inside of what is essentially her domain now is good. She's not very social, but the fact that she has not banished you unless you're escorted is she likes you.
She like she
Like,
doesn't.
she's
This isn't like a threatening move at all, but she like pushes up Little Mermaid style over the bar and gets in Duncan's face. It's like, I understand that,
oh okay.
but it's me, Duncan. Me. I'm sociable as fuck.
Barry, you do so well at it.
You.
My question is,
Kitty just leans forward.
we can talk Gnostics later on.
Gnostics. She puts
Listen,
a finger on Jim's head and just slowly pushes her
Yeah.
back.
She got.
There's not exactly a power struggle, but it's kind of just like who are you cool with versus who you're not really cool with.
So I can't be friends with the Smirks and Candide?
No, it's just Ego's kind of a dick. And
I know, but I can't ask for salt without also getting pepper, whether I wanted pepper or not. And I honestly would love some salt.
Flip those two. I feel like Ego's the salty
Oh.
one. Like, I feel like...
yeah, Id's very like chill. He's like he might throw you through a wall, but he's not gonna like sass
Would
you
be
while he does
awesome. And I've had a weird night, and I kind of might need to get thrown through a wall.
it. Okay.
But I can't ask for him to come without his
It's
stupid
so-
brother being here.
Do you
It's like middle school all over
Like,
again.
It's
do you just need an
we need
orgasm?
to have a.
What do you need?
It's so fucking weird that you guys are so cool with us. Like it's real fucking weird.
I'm getting to be not very cool with you right now, Duncan.
mean,
You
what
are
do you say?
being. You're fine. Let's pump the brakes, okay? You're okay.
He just kind of like side glances over to Kitty. No, it's just
I think he's pretty good.
we monster fuckers, and he just like walks away. Like
It's just a
It
code.
We don't get
Awesome.
free drinks anymore.
and he looks at Yo-Yo, and Yo-Yo's like, yeah, that's fine.
Yo-yo stick together, man.
It's-
Yo-yo stick together. Stop.
Right. That's right.
They both have this little like, and she does, and nobody else gets it. There's like, my lady, what is that shit? And it's
You're
just like,
would you like
walking
to
the dog?
walk the dog
Yeah.
later?
yeah. It's okay. Yeah, he's gonna go chill. He kind of like he doesn't head up. He like head nods to in deference to like Hammy. Like it's Hammy has made a name for himself as being one of the more predominant ghouls in the city because of how long Vegas has been here. Vegas and Hammy have been here longer than a lot of the kindred of the city have. So he's just gonna go walk to the front door of the bar. What are you guys? Oh, that's a vibe.
We're jovial people, Sway. Sometimes we just laugh.
Cage of Puma. Okay, so Kitty is gonna go see the Primogen. What is everybody else doing? Jem, you're
And
gonna be rocking the
others.
bar. Siren, you're waiting for your ghouls to show up. Jace, you're pretty much waiting for the ghouls to show up. Okay. Well, it's a good time for us to go ahead and take a quick break then. And then when we come back, we'll skip forward another 15 minutes or so. And whenever Pixie's ready, we will see you guys after a quick 10-15 minute break.
Nothing bad will have
Check
happened.
the socials? Not at all. Check the socials. Check the disc. Hello! And
that's
welcome
how I
back
say
to the
Halloween.
loveliest show here on Twitch. Blood in the Bayou.
Thank you for
Here
the
on
gifted
Rip RPG.
subs. That's why we came back.
Yeah, we're sitting here
Literally.
shooting the shit about like demon books. Demon smutty books.
It's a smutty book.
Smutty
Sorry.
books.
That's
demon
it.
sex.
My love of romance books.
Like we
You
left
wrong?
on Monster Fucker, we came back to Demon Smut. It is what it is.
We just continued the conversation. We didn't even go on break. We just kept talking.
The
Yeah,
break
we just
was
got-
for us. The break was not
So
for
tentacles,
was not for
okay.
anything real.
Give me some
Thank
Cthulhu
you
hype
so
and chat
much
for
for the.
tentacles.
Yes,
I did
please.
just read a Kraken book. Listen.
Cracking that.
Ass.
Yep, right on open.
There you go.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Dagan, thank you so much. Also,
I quit.
Cthulhu-esque
I
name.
quit.
So, as we talked about on break, we're going to come back to all the ghouls, even the across the street bar owner, because there's almost like it's a supernatural willpower that they have to obey Pixie. And if an invitation is open,
Oh, not Siren, Pixie. Oh my God! Don't give me that
sorry,
kind of power.
Siren.
Don't give me that
No,
kind of power.
let's not give Pixie that kind of
I
power.
don't know how to do. I'll use it for bad. I'll use it for evil.
Look, we are all one bad day away from going to prison. We're also all one magic superpower away from being the worst villain.
No, you
that has
don't
ever
understand. When I say I will use my ability to just summon all the people who are bound to me for evil, I mean I'll use it to rent a movie theater and make everybody sit through seasons 1 through 8 of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic while we have a fucking sing-along and a massive slumber party, and I'm going to force everyone to love it as much as I do. That's what I mean by
Siren, have
evil.
you ever seen Clockwork Orange?
Pixie, I will do that right now.
I know,
Fucking
like
bet.
you act as if that's a punishment.
It is. Some people won't watch it with me.
Clockwork Orange or like 12 Monkeys of
Not-
just like
No, it's Clockwork
the
Orange, and that's
brainwashing.
nope. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about making people be my friends the way I want them to be my friends.
Aw.
That's a fucking sentence right there.
Right?
8 seasons is brainwashing. I'm just saying.
Jesus.
8
You say
seasons
that
back to
until you
back.
hit
I'm gonna
until
be
you hit
singing My
season
Little
3,
Pony.
and then you're gonna want to keep going.
I've seen some My Little Pony.
Uh-oh, you said the wrong words. That's what we're watching
I mean-
next time I'm in town.
You know
My
the
Friendship is
episode
Magic one,
where
but-
it's
Thank
the
you, Ty.
pony that disguises themselves as a good pony and marry the prince pony, and they have that evil song. I have that.
This day is
memorized.
going to be
The evil song
perfect.
is very,
Yeah, you
very
can
good.
use her
It's
real-
very, very good.
Let me
I
stop
have
you.
that song
If you
memorized.
say, "Do you know that?" and it's about friendship is magic, the answer is yes. Go on.
Cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
So about
cool.
other forms of monsters, the ghouls have arrived.
Yeah.
They're all in pajamas. Now some of the guys have shown up in like a myriad color range of like wife beaters and gray basketball shorts and gray sweatpants, and some guys like those are probably just boxers or boxer briefs, but they're long leg boxer briefs, so it could be excused that they're shorts, you know.
I'll
But-
allow it.
The gray pants brigade have arrived, and there's enough that it's like, holy shit. Having known that Pixie has a lot of ghouls is one thing. Having them all in a room,
My God.
it's like,
glorious.
God, those are a lot of gray shorts.
But you have to
And-
note, I need to point out, there's diversity. They
yeah.
are of all heights, races, dress, hair lengths.
Don't say that while you wipe your lip, man. That's just not.
There's so many of them. Oh my God.
I quit. Never mind.
But I can't. It's hard to run a show when I can't see you.
I'm back.
There you go. I can't. To me, it fucks me up. Eddie's not there.
Because he's
Good.
dead in a
Okay.
ditch somewhere.
Okay.
Eddie's not there.
Fuck.
Okay, perfect.
But I
That's
want
good.
you, Siren, to roll me a wits awareness.
Fuck. I think I'd have this number memorized by now. It's 5. I always want it to be more. It never is.
Well, what are your specialties in?
Not this.
College shit,
Yeah, it's my specialties were all like
research.
weird shit and like staging
Studying.
and like design.
Right.
It was drums, design, black market,
design.
research,
Yeah.
knife,
And
and
sound.
easy target. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who the easy target is.
me,
I'm actually going to let you add a 2-die specialty to this.
because
And
they're
I'll
all
tell you why after you
mine.
roll it. No, I'll tell you why after.
Because they're all mine. Oh shit! That's 4 successes, but 2 of those are critical.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
6
6.
successes. Success.
So you got to add your easy target specialty to that.
Because I'm drawing them to me, right? It's a performance.
You're
check.
making yourself kind of an easy target.
Yes.
Because you text all the ghouls, which Eddie was a part of the distro.
Saying I'm gonna do shots with them.
But you texted the entire goal list, which Eddie was a part of, which is why I was asking you, is
Yes.
Eddie... Because you would have texted whoever had Eddie's phone.
And someone's looking for me.
I mean, realistically, if they shot this dude right behind your bar, they know where you're at.
Yeah, of course.
Is Addison there?
Addison is not there. But with the 6 successes, because of your easy target, you realize... you get that much that you've made yourself an easy target. For a higher difficulty than what the original one was, I'll let you roll again to see a possible issue.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Amazing. I've fucked
But
up. Let's
it
go.
is going to be... it's going to be not wits awareness. It is going to be... Where is Siren at?
Right here.
Charisma and manipulation.
Yes. Fuck yes.
I was this close to being like, don't tell them to come to the bar. Tell them to all go to a different central location so that they're not here.
But my excuse was free shots. So, like, I didn't even think about anywhere else. Am I also adding my extra specialty to this or no?
Not for this one.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, shit. Okay, okay, okay. 5, well, hold on, 1, 2, 7, 7, 9, 9, 10. 7, 7, 9, 9, 10. So 6 successes again.
6 successes. Okay,
Yeah.
that's... You have it blanked out to where people don't see the numbers when you send it out. When the texts are sent back, you realize now that all those numbers that responded, anybody else in that group chat saw those phone numbers.
So I've made them all targets too.
Possibly.
See, I already assumed they were. I already assumed.
You don't know. You just like that. That's when it was like, oh,
But I
definitely. If it
assumed-
wasn't before,
No, I assumed already. That was a calculated risk I was already aware of. Because
Yeah,
I
like if they got Eddie.
assumed that if they got Eddie and also those 2 were working with that weird church group. So having any villain who is fucking smart is already going to be able to start tracing their way through this trail of mine.
Yeah.
At least this way, I can keep an eye on, like, how many of them know each other? How many of them are not actually drinking and are pretending to drink because they want to stay sober? How many of them, like, I'm in the area watching them now behave in this setting in a way I haven't before.
what error do you give the ghouls? Drink freely. We're here to party, or hey, I need you guys on hand.
I give them a drink freely pass.
Okay.
I give them
Some
a,
of them
a
do.
drink
Some
freely
of them don't.
And I would like to, exactly, I want to know if 2 of them who have no reason to know each other because they weren't both from the VA or whatever, till I give each other a look and me go, all right. Like, I want to know if some of them are acting
Okay.
fucking weird. Like,
So you're gonna get 3.
okay.
While you're at the bar, you can use 3 times to actively gauge your ghouls to
Great.
see
If
if
any
any
of
of
them are behaving
them,
weird.
if any of the Gray Short Brigade recognize each other, or if
Yeah.
they all themselves kind of figured out, oh, you know,
Because
Siren?
Vegas asked me anyway. Vegas asked me anyway to start thinning the herd, or he was going to do it for me.
Yeah.
This feels like killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
You get
This
3
feels-
chances. You let
yeah.
me know.
Yeah, this feels like since we had to gather them anyway, I might as well be a little bold with it and try to narrow down who is sus, if I can. I don't know how long. I don't know how long Jace needs them here for. I don't know how long he needs me for. Like, she's just there.
Jace, now you've walked downstairs, correct? or are you still upstairs? Okay. You get a text from Iris saying you have a delivery. Do you want me to open it?
Yes.
Okay.
No. From who?
It is to you. It doesn't have anything on. Doesn't have any return to sender on it.
Did you see who dropped it off?
It could have been a little girl, kind of. I say little girl. I keep saying little girl. A young woman that kind of matches the description of
Delphine.
Delphine. Could have been her. Could have just been in the mail. It was kind of at the same time. I don't know. But this is some woman like walked up and waved. I think she's a friend of yours. I think she may have been here before. I don't know if Iris has met Delphine or whatever.
I think she's maybe met her in passing, but not like been a hi. This is my friend.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
none of that. Hold on to it for me. I'll come get it tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. And we're gonna make. Are you ready to do the ritual?
Sure.
Siren. What is your hunger at?
Well, since I fed with Gem, it is at 2.
Okay.
My base is 3 now, but I am at 2 at present.
You're going to need to give some blood for the ritual.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It is going to increase your hunger.
Got it.
It is going to increase your hunger for 1 dot for every failure. 1 dot for the first time, and every failure that Jace gets
Amazing.
on tracking using a unknown ritual.
Cool. I feel safe.
Failure as in each die that's a failure, or failure as in failure as a whole?
Failure as in like you're going to have to meet a certain amount of successes.
Mm-hmm. And if I fail that, then it is
And if
one
you fail
failure.
that.
Got it.
The
Okay.
only exception to that is a hunger failure will count as a failure completely for that time.
Okay.
You have 7 chances
Okay.
to complete this ritual tonight without going and buying more shit.
Sure.
So Siren, with that being said, you could go through 7 dots of hunger.
So I don't have that many, but Siren,
You do have a bar full of goals, though.
I'm aware. Siren,
Only to have an endless supply of blood downstairs.
But just in case things get weird, because like if he crit fails, I'll immediately jump to 4. Like if he messily fails and I get 2, like I'm just fucked. Siren understands the risks. She is going to. It's just the 2 of them up here at this point now. She's gonna take. It's just the 2 of them up here. That cat can do whatever he wants.
I go evil. Fred's gonna know everything, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be bad for you guys.
Yeah. She's gonna take one of her drumsticks out of her. In her pocket. Her perpetual endless supply of drumsticks from
You
everywhere.
got a lot. Yeah.
Out. I am that scene in Pirates of the Caribbean 3 when Elizabeth Swann is just de-weaponing and pulling them from everywhere. And possibly
Hey, say what you want. That bitch
that's-
learned how to arm herself.
Yeah, that's Siren with like just all the time now. So she pulls one of the sticks and breaks it over her knee. So it becomes 2 little stakes. And she sets them down on either side. Slides them a little closer to Jace. And just in case.
He will look at those and also like a very light chuckle. It's and I'll look back at you and I'll go, it's very sweet that you think that I could do anything with those. But if things go poorly, I'll figure out something.
They
else.
like
yeah,
they're
this is like-
stakes.
yeah,
like
Jace
she's
the
made
brawler.
them stakes.
Yeah.
That's why. Like,
No, I know.
he
Matt,
could
you understand.
100%. He could 100%.
But also, Jace has 1 dot in strength.
She's gonna pretend. She's gonna believe in him.
You might want to call Kitty if you're planning on like you going feral.
She's
and
not.
popping
he
a
has-
5 tonight. You might want to call Kitty.
She's not planning on going feral.
Probably Hammy.
She
You
is.
never do.
Jam with an axe downstairs just in
Don't worry.
case.
There's other things,
Yeah.
and as
Oh,
he
she knows he could do other
as he
things.
Oh, yeah.
mentions,
Yeah.
as he like vaguely
This is
mentions
more-
that the camera sees the tiniest bit of like his eyes spread
Just
a
flicker
little
a
bit
little bit.
black and then back. But
She
it's like
she also
nothing serious.
This is not a big deal. This is more symbolic of do what you gotta do. Don't let me put the
trust
bar
you to
in
kill me.
danger.
Yeah.
Situation.
I do have especially
it.
grappling, so I can just hold
Yeah.
you down.
So,
Amazing.
so couple questions just in preparation for this. Jace, are you ready with the exception of Pixie's or Siren's blood?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
As soon as he heard that, the ghouls were here, he went ahead and finished off the big circle
Okay.
that he has around. And I think in order to finish that off, he did the stupid hand cut.
Yeah.
And dropped some of his blood on the.
Which is
outside
literally
circle.
like you're right. It's done when you. It's more for like, this is the intention behind it because it doesn't require like hand blood. But it's like, this is Jace has seen this in every movie since he was born of like,
Yeah.
this is sacrifice.
this is how you make the
Exactly.
dramatic gesture. Obviously,
it could be
And
like
also,
from his arm. It serves
He's
nothing.
nothing if not
a
the
dramatic
drama.
gesture.
So
Siren, what preparations are you going to make for this besides giving him steaks?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
Just raw dog in this
Um,
whole ritual. Okay.
There we go. Okay.
yeah.
So, Jace, you have 7. You have to get 3 successes. Back to back to back. Or you don't have to do back to back to back. You have to get 3 successes before you get a total of. You only get 7 tries. You have to get 3 successes. Siren, for every for every failure he gets, you will suffer 1 point of hunger to give more blood for the ritual because he's gonna have to do it again. Just the not the drawing, just the activation of the ritual to
So
track
it's
your blood.
1 dot now to get it started though.
Yep.
Marking that down.
So you're at
Yes.
3 hunger. Right
I'm
now.
at 3.
And so whenever
Okay.
he starts to get everything ready, he will also ask you to. He doesn't want you to stand in the circle, but he will ask you to like hold your hand or arm or whatever over the bowl, basically that he has set down, and he will he won't do your hand because he knows that it's kind of stupid. He'll cut you somewhere else. So that you
Straight
can
from your
bleed
wrist.
into yeah, right, yeah. But so that you can bleed into the bowl. And then
It doesn't take a lot, but it would take a 1 point of her hunger.
And then he will pick up that white satin ribbon that he placed very carefully next to the bowl, and he will let it unravel, and so that he's just holding on to one end as the rest of it falls into the bowl full of blood. And he will continue to dip it so that it is fully doused. And then he tells you to look away as he pulls out the lighter that he also placed on the opposite side of the bowl, and he will light the ribbon on fire. And
Are you looking
even-
at it?
Yes, because it's part of the ritual. Yes.
Wits resolve.
Yep. Wits resolve 7.
There is a slight difference of you causing the fire and someone else like you being taken aback by it. So it's not as high as World of Darkness would like to make it. It's a fucking lighter flame. Like, fuck off. Oh, the
Okay, I
beast
got
rebels.
1, 2, 3,
It's a match.
4, 5 successes.
Okay. Perfectly fine. You withstand.
No vampire would ever be allowed to go out on Halloween. There's so many jack-o'-lanterns with just lit candles.
Yeah, it
Like,
gets a little finicky when you start talking about a single match can make a vampire run.
Right.
Really? He's got a whole bunch of candles lit in his fucking lair. So do we really want to like fuck about this or no? Okay, so 5 is enough to withstand the you feel the beast tense up of an uncontrolled moving flame, and then the beast settles down when it realizes it is controlled. So I want you to roll a wits occult instead of an intelligence occult, because you're trying to use your wisdom of this of the things you've done before, the experimentation you've done with this ritual to kind of, it's not intelligent, you're kind of winging it a little bit to see if we can make this work.
And then did I get extra dice for Pixie or for Siren helping?
You can use two, you can't use your, you can, unless you would like to use your, you can either get it from Pixie or you can use it for your blood sorcery.
Okay.
It's still only 2 dice, but
Sure.
thematically you can use whichever one.
So 4, 8. Okay. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
6 successes is enough.
I would fucking hope.
Perfect.
You start to see the ribbon course and shift, almost like the snake fireworks kind of grow. The ribbon is only so long, but it seems to grow and twist in on itself. And then a pool of almost shadow. Siren, you don't see this. You see, Siren will see the bowl and the snaking and a little bit of glow from the accoutrement. But Matthew, Jace sees a pool of shadow, and some of it sinks through the floor. You see it ink its way through the floor, and then you see some trails go down out of the room.
Oh.
And then it fades. Give me another Wits Resolve. Or Wits Occult.
Uh-huh. I assume two dice for either Siren
Yeah,
or...
you can still use the same 2 dice.
What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 successes, but I also had 2 crit fails. So down to 6.
Were any of those crit fails on your hunger dice?
No, they were not.
Okay.
They
fair.
were all on my regular ones. I
Okay.
checked. I did have a
For
crit
2
success on my
vampires
hunger
who don't
die.
have a lot of stories together, this is a lot of trust for Siren
Yeah.
and Jace.
Yeah.
We don't really interact all that much. This is very intense. Like,
Siren, you see the bowl pulse again with a little bit of glow and light. Reminiscent of what you were told by Jem and Jace of the 5th floor of the Hard Rock. Things that they could kind of see that were there, but extra dimensionally there.
Siren
Jace, you
is
see-
very
ahead.
aware for a moment. She sits there and her instinct at present. And she tenses up almost as her instinct is, I promised I would carry them out of this. I promised. And the realization of, I'm the one in trouble right now. I can't do shit. She hates it. She hates it. And she just like tenses up and is angry now, but like for different reasons than she was angry before. It's just
Siren, I want you to roll me a Wits Resolve.
or fuck. Because I decided to act and have good role play moment with myself.
I'm adding to it.
Fuck you.
Wait, don't make me have to do bad things to her.
It's fine. Wits resolve.
Yeah.
Those 2 are not being used. Move. Okay, not all successes. 4 out of 5 successes, none crit, but 4.
Okay. You get a bubbling sense watching him do this. Something that a year ago was even more unbelievable than monsters stalking the night for blood. This is magic. This is Hogwarts shit. This is... It doesn't matter how many hours a day for the rest of your unlife that you dedicated yourself. You will never be able to do this. You will never be able to overcome magic. Jace, what you see, she sees the pulse, and yet again you see shadows bubble and boil over your little cauldron, essentially, your bowl, your sacrificial bowl. And again, some of it inks to the floor, some of it inks out of the room, and some of it starts coursing towards you. It starts raising off the floor and reaching towards your hand. Do you act?
So is this tendril of darkness? Is it like a piece, or is it just like still?
It's kind of like venom.
Okay.
Like a smoky, oily blackness.
Very much so now.
Then I would like to not reach out as if to like meet it, right? But as if it was a snake, I want to grab behind its head almost, right? So that that's the intention. Is to like grab it, not to like embrace it or whatever, but to like grab it to control it.
Siren, you see Jace kind of focusing intently on the ritual at hand. And you see him making some movements with his hands, and then, very much like he described, comes up and kind of circles something and grips it. And there's a how do I want to phrase this? There is an invisible space in his grip. There is a girthness in his grip that you cannot see. And it collapses.
Just say one.
Jace, the oily inkiness coats, like from the inside of your hand, it starts to snake its way down your fingers like a glove. And then it fades back and disappears within the bowl. But you felt there was no sensation of right or wrong, or success or failure.
Sure. Okay.
Siren, do you do anything?
If Jace seems fine, she will not.
Jace, do you seem fine?
He will. You know what? Fuck it. You look at Jace, and as he was like looking at his hands, and then he starts to look up, you see his eyes, and none of you have actually seen this yet. It has happened, but nobody's seen it. And his eyes are full black because he is, now that something weird has happened and it touched him and he tried to like use it as well, he's implementing his Oblivion's sight.
Having never seen this then, she immediately goes to lean forward. He asked her not to sit in the circle. Her upper body is now in the circle.
As soon as you start to move, he snaps at, like, his head, like, snaps over at you and is like, stop. And then he will continue looking to what he was trying to look for to see if there's anything
that voice
extra
is him.
in the room.
That's all I needed. That voice was
It's his voice. It's his voice. He is in.
It's his tone.
He seems to be in control.
Yeah.
Jace, as you activate your Oblivion sight, you see the shadows that you saw before, like the inky venom-esque shadows. It almost looks like Quicksilver when you look at it, metallic liquid, with just a sheen of that shadowy-esque energy like radiating from it, and then it disappears with inside the bowl. Like, and you look, and there's nothing inside the bowl.
Okay, then his eyes flick back to normal.
Okay. Before they do you want to use your Oblivion sight on this next third, possibly final roll?
You know what? Yes, I do
Okay.
actually. And also,
I just don't want to be like, and I look at it and then everything disappeared. Okay, let's do it again. Like, well, shit.
No, I totally understand. I also he does one final glance around to see
You
if
see
there's
Fred staring at you from the hallway. Fred is
Okay.
watching you all.
That's fine. That's fine.
Like he's just sitting there, just staring at both of you.
I will. Matthew doesn't like doing this, but
Jace is gonna, isn't he?
He will glare at Fred and try and scare
With
him
your-
a little bit with his
with your
his Oblivion sight eyes. Yeah.
You see Fred, and he's staring at both of you, and he's like looking at Jace, and then he looks at Siren, and he looks at the floor again. He kind of looks around, and he looks back to you, Jace, and you see him kind of like not step back because he's sitting, but just kind of like, and you almost see him like kind of a little bit, like he doesn't vocalize, but like he puffs up the hair a little bit, and just kind of like he doesn't move. He sits there and stares at you. And then as you stare at him, he kind of looks away and he looks back to Siren.
Okay. Yeah. Once he looks away, the gaze will linger for another couple of seconds. Because at some point, Jace heard something about establishing dominance by looking at cats, having them break their stare first or whatever bullshit. But then he will keep his Oblivion sight on, and then
Is Jace?
Yeah.
Look
You
at
are
me.
the manager.
I'm the manager now.
yeah. But then
shake
he'll
my head. Shake
When
my
you're
head
ready,
approvingly for the rest
go
of
ahead
the
and roll
episode.
me another wits result or wits occult.
I'm sorry. I told you Matthew doesn't like it.
Fred's just trying to do his job, man.
Fred is just like, I don't fucking like this dude.
That's like yelling at a
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks employee. He's just doing his job.
Jace is entering his villain era. I'm sorry.
My name is Matthew. I spelled Matthew, man. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Get my order correct. I said extra foam.
You're lucky it wasn't Salem. Salem would have burst into that room and sliced your face for glaring at her.
Accurate.
Salem would have been like nonplussed about that. Just fuck off, dude. Just stare at yourself. Like, you fuck out of here.
I'm a black cat. You think I'm not familiar with the shit? Get out of here.
I got 8 successes that time.
8
no
successes.
crits, no crit fails.
Okay. You watch Siren as the bowl pulses again. And this time, the bowl leaks light. Like where the pulse was before, it now leaks this. It's kind of what you've seen before from what Matthew has told you, what he saw before. Of this light being led from the source and the ribbons of light leading to targets. And then the ribbons course through the floorboards. And some snake their way out of the door. Jace, you see something similar. But you see the inky, Quicksilver-esque liquid where Siren sees the light. And again, one of the tendrils comes up and begins to rapidly coil around your hand to where you quickly have where Neo touched the mirror and it started to cover his hand in a mirror-esque Quicksilver liquid. And it coats some of your arm to almost a glove of Quicksilver, where it looks like some of it is dripping, but it stops. And from your fingertips emerges strands that intertwine and intertwine. And the kind of It almost looks like a spike at the end of your fingertips, but it snakes. And then when you kind of move your hand, it's almost like a compass needle.
Neat.
But nothing
Siren, you
Siren
don't
sees is
see-
affected by.
You see Jace staring at his
So
hand,
she's watching him,
what
and
the
she
fuck is going on?
and she again to gauge Jace, his Jaceness. Dude, are you high? What the fuck?
No.
His eyes
No.
are still.
Yeah. What do I
No, I'm
do
not.
now? I kind of need you to be on this plane of existence for what's happening now.
Oh, I am. Don't worry.
Okay.
We go get Eddie.
Fuck.
And he just kind of looks at his hand, and then yeah. And then he will get rid of his oblivion sight, and
Hey.
then he will also look at her and say, "You speak of nobody. You speak to nobody of what you say."
You speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah.
No!
That's it was real close, my dude.
Real
And
close.
that's
speak
the
about
day.
what I tell
That's
you
the
to
day
speak about.
Siren punches one of her coterie members through a wall. So I
Villain
know.
era.
Villain
I'm
error.
sorry.
She
Oh, we all wanted this for you. Every single one of us.
yeah.
Yeah, we
did,
all
to
said,
be
what do we
quite
want to see
honest.
from the other characters? And like, we want to see Jace go fucking evil.
Yeah, we also we said we wanted him to be able to just like have his full power, basically.
Go
Yeah.
off.
But
Fair,
go off,
Yeah,
go
come
off,
into his
sis.
own, yeah.
Go
so
off, King.
she, as he has speak to no one of what you saw, whatever moment, whatever weird shit you do. How long can you keep track of these?
You don't know, Jace. You know it's a power amplification. You know you usually have a night for the spells for the original tracking spell. But you're doing new shit, so.
If we left you and I conspicuously, and any of the ghouls down there started following us, would you be able to tell?
I should.
All right. Well, that solves two of my problems then at once. Let's go.
Okay, so Kitty is still up. Kitty, are you downstairs or you're upstairs?
She went
I
down, she
left.
pushed, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so.
My brain just did the hard cut of you will tell Noah what you saw and just flash to Fred. Mom.
Yeah. So Fred is still standing there, and you guys are going to walk out.
Mom. Yeah.
Fred is going to go downstairs ahead of you. He is going to go sit on Jace's table.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
That's my boy.
before we
Fuck.
leave,
Fuck.
the layout of the bar, right?
Yeah.
My bedroom.
Yeah.
What
Upstairs,
is
the
it
VIP.
above?
There is kind of a vaulted ceiling, but above that is the roof.
No. My bedroom is on the second floor. What is it above on the first?
That would be over like the kitchen area and the manager's office.
Okay. Okay, because weird inky shit went into the floor. So he's gonna go downstairs and we can do it. As he goes to the as they begin to go downstairs, he's gonna tell Siren as they're walking down to give him just a second.
Yep.
He's gonna go over to Jem. Jem,
Before
I
you
need
get
to-
downstairs, you see what the inkiness was going to. Before you can find Gem, you see almost blinding quicksilver collars around a majority of the inhabitants of the bar.
Kinky. Okay.
The people who are obviously ghouls of Siren.
Okay.
Did
It
you
goes.
just give them kill collars? Are you just gonna make
I've
our life a lot
actually-
easier?
You see that it's not just like a collar. It's like collar with like pincers that go.
You
into
gave
the
them a
neck.
kill switch.
Can I really quick, as he sees this,
Oh my god, are Yo-Yo and Hammy okay?
his hand, he like put his hands in his pockets
Uh-huh.
to go down the stairs.
Yeah.
In his pocket, his hand is just gonna slightly tense to see if anything happens to any of the collars.
Oh my god, he's force choking them.
Nothing. You don't see anything happening with the collars.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Thank you for checking that before we left.
I was wondering if I could gank a couple of them, but that's fine. Not yank, but just like
Make them
gank a
choke on
couple
their
of
drink
them.
a little.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but that's fine. I don't
I will
want
say this
that
is
to
like
be the case.
The
was
spell
just
that you
checking.
incorporated was a tracking. Who knows what would happen
Yeah.
with this power amplification if you were to try something else
Yeah.
along with.
Okay. Cool.
I wonder now if they're allowed to leave. If
You
you
stay
accidentally
away
just
from the
locked
cat.
them in place.
I mean, you're the
wanna
one that
hurt
invited them
them.
there as they're
No, I know.
your goals.
I know.
You
But
ever
I'm not
hurt
the Quicksilver
Fred,
one.
That kitty would kill you. You'd be done.
I would just off myself if I hurt Fred.
that you hold Fred's body in your hand. You're like, well, I guess gonna go die now because Kitty's gonna slow this
Just
out.
commit seppuku.
Has
So you go talk to Jem.
only right.
Well, yeah. So
I will
Jem.
say that you see the tendrils. They're all connected to your pocket.
Okay. Then that was what I wanted to check
Yeah.
on. I wanted
They
to
are
see
connected
where the
to
inky
your
was
hands.
going.
That is now in your pocket.
Perfect.
But you try to flex. There's no visible.
There's no control.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I just wanted to make. Matthew was like, and also Jace. Matthew was like, "Is this because of Whiskey Lou? Is Whiskey Lou affecting my spell? I have to go check it." But if I see that all of the inky tendrily stuff was to the ghouls, I don't even need to go talk to Jem. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jem.
So, Jem, what you see is Jace come down the stairs, look around, kind of do a side eye for a second, and then goes, okay. I turn it back over to you guys.
While being sure that Jem is focused on the bar, I find Kitty.
I'm just focused on a lot of things.
Yeah.
The bar is just her cover for what she's focusing
I know.
on.
I find Kitty, and
Yes.
I ask her to help keep an eye on if things go down here. We have to go.
I was gonna go do invitations.
Yeah.
For things.
Great, amazing. Then Hammy and
I can do that. I can do that tomorrow if you want me to stay here.
I would do that tomorrow.
Okay, I'll do that
Because
tomorrow.
We're about to split the party in 2. I'd rather not split the party in 3. Like, that feels a
I
little.
think it'd be fun.
Well, I would like
Oh
to
my
ask
God.
that.
Do it.
So, Jem, you're
Yeah.
not oblivious to what the fuck's going on. You
Yeah.
are just primarily focused with your internal thoughts, as one in your situation would be, regardless of Malkavian or not. You see that looks like Jace and Siren are about to take off.
Okay.
Are you going to go with them?
No.
Okay. Kitty, are you going to go with them?
Well, she just asked me to stay here.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but like, are you going to listen to them, or are you going to like, fuck, this is a coterie issue, we're going?
Where are you guys going?
Hopefully,
We're finding the one that's missing.
yeah.
Do you want to go in a potentially dangerous situation with the two, with not the strong person here?
First of all,
I know you can hold yourself.
rude. Second of all, yes, because this was the target tonight, not us. So I need the strong person here watching the target.
How do you not know you're going to become the target? How do you know, from what you guys have been telling me, Addison's not stupid? How do you know this is not exactly what Addison wants you to do?
Because Addison doesn't know everything he can do. Doesn't matter how smart he is.
Here,
Addison does know you like to split the party a lot, though.
and Jace will.
I'm just going to give you guys that. Like, Addison knows you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys are like, let's multitask.
Jace will, like.
It's also
do a
harder
little-
to hide the 4 of us conspicuously
I agree.
than 2 of us.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
no, absolutely.
like, I was thinking about this earlier, all the things that Addison would or would not know.
Jace will also
I-
like nod as you're
Yeah.
saying that and begin walking over to Jem to go
Yeah,
talk to her as well.
I was continuing the conversation with Siren of,
Yes.
I think the best thing, if Jim wants to stay here, if Jim doesn't want to go, the room with the 12 supernatural humans might be very safe. 13? 14? 15?
I will
How many
add
are
to that.
there?
I will add to that. Your
Lots.
ghouls, Siren, do your ghouls know the coterie members?
No, not all of them.
Okay.
By design.
They would not.
Yeah,
they
they're
would
not
not
gonna just.
know
Yeah.
to protect specifically the kindred, the coterie, or the ghouls.
And also,
however,
I don't trust any of them right now. Is the thing. I'm not going to ask them to do that.
However, they would know, Siren, that this is your place. Correct?
Yes.
They would know to control shit that happens in Siren's place.
Yes. However, I'm also hoping the problem children will follow me. As we mentioned, if I leave conspicuously enough and some of them are there to check up on me, if I'm only taking one person with me, it's the easy target thing. I'm making myself an easy target.
Will you take the dogs?
Will they come with me?
Yeah, if I tell them to.
Yeah, she told him to. Yeah.
I'm gonna also say no, because again, you're missing the trying not to be conspicuous part.
So you want the club to know you're going out just to see if anybody follows, but you don't
I
want
don't
to be
necessarily need us to
a big
show.
target on
I
the
don't
street.
want to. Once we go where we're going, I want to be able to be stealth.
Okay.
Will you take the bird?
Yes,
what
100%. I will take Spot.
Like I'm trying real hard to look, you guys can both have this. Maybe it's not the dogs, but she can have a quick I can't text but Spot.
If something happens and y'all get hurt, I want something to be able to get back to me as quickly as possible, and that's the dogs or the bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I will get Spot and have Spot hang out with Siren.
Okay.
With the instructions to come back to me if something happens.
Jace, you wanted to talk to Jim?
Yeah.
Before you rolled out.
Jim, we finished the setup, and now I think we're gonna go find the problem child.
Okay.
Do you want to come?
No. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I've got work and stuff.
Okay. Okay. We'll text us if you need us.
I will. Yeah, and you too.
Of course. Okay. All right. We'll be back.
Okay. If you see him, will you tell him that I miss him?
Sure.
You're not gonna kill him, are you?
If he tries to kill me,
He wouldn't.
when we were supposed to be friends, he wouldn't let me talk to him. Now that he's killing other people.
Killing people. He killed one person.
Yeah, while dressing up as somebody else that's supposed to be on our side.
It's Addison. Jeez.
Yeah. Like I said, unless he tries to kill me first, I won't outright kill him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. Be safe.
You too.
Bartending.
Huh?
Safest place in the world.
With Hammy here, I believe it.
Hammy and Yo-Yo and a fucking tavern full of ghouls that don't. So
I'm hoping
Sorry.
the disloyal ones will venture out into the night with us, and that she'll be left with only safe people who will actually protect her.
Siren, I'm going to give you one of those perception
Not-
checks.
Weak.
It
No,
was not
like-
about you being weak. It's about other people popping out of nowhere with shotguns. Also, you have one weak spot that is right here hunting us down.
Several weak spots that are hunting us down.
Like-
Just want to point that out.
What am I rolling?
I want you to roll me a wits awareness.
Okay. Ooh. 3 successes. One of those is a crit success.
Okay. Now the ghouls have been here for a minute. You see that the bar owner across the way and her husband seem to know quite a few of the other ghouls. You also seem to see a lot of gray sweatpants talking to other gray sweatpants.
Dear diary.
But you also know that that is not indicative of anything extracurricular other than some of these people that you recruited from the VFW.
Yeah.
You recruited multiple people from the same VFWs and American Legions, and
There's also probably some conversations of, I saw you driving around that weird blue-haired drummer chick. Like, you work for her too. Like,
when you come downstairs and you make eye contact with some, you see a couple wave, and that sparks conversation. Oh yeah, you know. Oh yeah. And then like, like maybe they're suspicious of, like maybe there's some shared camaraderie that they know they're not allowed to talk about.
do you know something I don't know something you don't know? I have a secret. Do you have a secret?
Like,
They don't know. We know. They know. We know.
you get the impression that there's some like sweaty back nicks
Yes.
in the group that are very like,
Sweatback.
maybe that they're going to talk to each other about it, but at the end of the day they're also all ghouls, so no one to actively go against you at this point would be some severe willpower checks. You get, but when you're looking at them, you get it's like your eyes catch something, and then when you look to focus on it, it goes away. But you see glimmering like necklaces, and then you look, and then you don't see anything. You see it out of the corner of your eye, and you look, and it's you get and it's very reminiscent of the glow that seeped down. You get the impression that because you are a part of the ritual, that there might be some inkling that you are allowed to see, kind of, because it was your blood. But you can't see it because every time you almost see it, you look and it's like it's fucking gone. You're like, am I seeing shit? I can't be seeing shit because I'm seeing shit everywhere, and I go look and I just can't see it. It's almost like I can't see the thing out of my corner of my eye, but I can't see it enough that I know it's there. If that makes sense. Like,
It does. Yeah.
so Jace, you have gotten the impression that all these little tendrils, all these little links to these collars are attached to you at the moment. But your hands are still in your pocket, and you're talking to Jem and everything. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys of how you want to proceed.
Once I'm done with Jem, I will look over to I'll look over to the Siren and see if she's ready to go or if she's still talking.
Yeah, she's ready to go. She
You don't get any inclination that these people are like against you, Pixie.
Yeah, no,
Siren.
that's fine. She's still gonna make sure that she's gonna make a dramatic exit. It one way or another. She's gonna make sure it's keep drinking, like keep putting it, please enjoy. I'll be right back, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You Siren.
She flashes them just for fun, like she's just
And then that's when a lot of people are like, dude, fucking yeah, dude.
Yeah, there it is. And so it's one of those, just in case, and in case she needed to make sure they noticed her tits, and
It's one way, I guess.
And so she heads out,
Okay.
into the street.
Okay.
And, yeah, and we'll meet Jace out there.
Perfect.
So we're going
follow a
to
couple minutes after.
assume that Kitty has talked to Spot. Do you tell Spot anything specific other than to track and monitor and hang out with?
Yeah, okay. I don't talk to Spot.
Okay, fair enough.
I go to the back. Well, first thing I do is when they leave, I I raid all your rooms and take all your shit. Anyway, no.
Get out of town.
Preferable to what I feel like she's about to say instead.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kiss Duncan and say I have some things I have to go do. Do you
He
want
kind of like pats you on the back, says you need my help.
No, I'll be okay.
Okay, I'll either be here or at my place.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Okay.
I go to gym. I do the same mermaid thing that she did earlier in her face. And I'm like, I gotta go do some things. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah. You
Okay.
need any help?
No, I'm good. But if you need me, just text me, okay?
I see where this is going.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I said I'd almost rather she stole my shit. She's not talking to Spot, because she's disguising herself as Spots.
I love this.
My dogs are outside. Can I put them in your office?
No.
Can you put them in your office later?
No.
You have a room.
Yeah, but Jim says I can't bring them in the bar.
No.
This is my other consequence for having
my
giant
office-
dogs. I'm not.
My office is back of the house. That is very specifically the one place they cannot be. That is a health code violation.
Okay, so I will go to the back and go out the back door, and I'll whistle for the dogs.
So Siren and Jace, when you walk outside, the dogs who have laid, like they're laying down.
Yeah, they're chilling.
They're both like looking at not looking at the doorway, like they're facing each other with the doorway in between. And at this point, it's
Like
been
those
it's
lion
been,
statues outside the library.
yeah, kind of like they're just chilling, and enough people are like, oh yeah, it's a chick service dogs, man, don't fuck with them. Like that's just the rumor that's going around. Like people are like, okay, yeah, it's like one of the owners or one of the fucking regulars. Like, don't fuck with them, man. Like, dude, don't
fuck with Bud. Lou's, you can pet Lou. You can't pet Bud.
Like, and Lou kind of like, well, like if somebody stands like in a line of the doorway, they'll just kind of like nuzzle them for a second. Like, can I get a love? And Bud just like, ugh. But as soon as you whistle, Siren and Jace, you don't really hear the whistle. But like Bud and Lou kind of like stand up. They look at you guys for a second. Lou will kind of like nuzzle Jace as being the closest one.
Siren
and then
goes.
kinda,
I swear to God, if she does this, like she thinks that
And then-
since she thinks they're gonna follow her. She's like, no.
no, and you see them like walk off by you to go around to the back of the bar.
Oh, thank God. All right.
You guys have seen Bud and Lou be like, that's their hangout spot when they can't hang out with the peoples in the front.
Yeah.
I want to love them
totally.
so hard. So she's gonna. So how does this work? Can you see where he's been?
I see where he is.
Can you see where he has gone? Like, is there any kind of faint trail, or is it just where he is now?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second while we're dealing with Bud and Lou. So Bud and Lou's going to come around, circle around back. Kitty, what are you doing?
Tell them to head home.
Okay. Bud looks irritated. Lou looks concerned.
I can't get in the door. They don't have opposable thumbs. Okay, cool. I'm gonna tell them to hang out around the bar.
Salem's inside, right?
Huh?
Salem's inside, right?
Salem's inside, yeah.
Salem can unlock the door or unlock the window.
Cool. Go
Whether
home.
or not you come home to another broken window, it will be unlocked.
Problem. That's for future Kitty to worry
That's a
about.
Duncan issue.
That's why I have a boyfriend. He fixes the window. Okay, so I tell them to go home. Salem let him in, and then I am gonna shape change to look like Spot.
Looking spot.
And,
Okay.
fly over. Siren's shoulder.
You see Spot on top of the bar.
I tell Spot to do what he's usually doing, just don't let Siren and Jace see him.
You
So
put
what
way
you
too
hear
much
is-
faith in Siren, thinking that she would actually know the difference between any of these birds.
That you're what?
I said you put
That
way.
I wa-
You go.
No, you broke up, Siren.
I said you are putting way too much faith in Siren if you think she would actually know the difference between any of these birds. Don't
Yeah,
let Siren
I
see.
mean-
She wouldn't fucking know.
Still.
Are you
also
kidding
little,
me?
like-
Like,
Yeah.
So you can't speak in animal form, but you squawk at Spot. Spot just.
Doesn't make a rouse. Doesn't make requires a rouse check. Okay, that's success. We're fine. I'm not a bleeding bird.
So as you start to like hop off from Spot, Spot kind of hops towards you, and you squawk at him, and Spot just like chills his squawk, and lets you kind of hop off. Like, I guess
Yeah.
I'm supposed to stay here.
Yeah.
I don't understand it when that bitch is gonna understand it. I can't understand it when she's not in the fucking people form. I'm just over here, just I'm just still here.
Don't say anything, and I go sit on
Yes.
Siren's shoulder.
I was still, peck these fucking. Hey, get out of here! You see him like looking at one of the crows. Like it could be RQs or it could just be a crow. Hey, get out of here! It's not your fucking spot. That's all the camera sees. As we see Siren then asking Jace, "Can you track him?"
Siren also makes a mental note to stop making the kill two birds with one stone comparison while Spot is here. Feels cruel.
No, it's I can just tell where he is at the moment.
Shit.
We can
And-
go find him.
So how do you want to do that?
I'll pull my hand out of my pocket.
When you do,
And-
that's what I've been waiting on. Is for you to look at you. You're like, I tucked it in my pocket. I'm like,
because I
Okay.
was inside.
yeah, no, that tracks. Siren, you don't see anything different on his hand. But you see him looking at his hand. Jace, what you see, there are some obvious tendrils coming from when you move your hands like towards the bar. They all kind of, but when you move it away, it kind of goes like it's. Some of them are going towards your elbow, towards the bar, and then there are two tendrils. One is very faint and wispy. One is more shaped, but it's staticky. Like the shape is more firm, but it's almost like it's not.
He looks
It's hard to
confused.
explain. Yeah.
And then he'll Siren, how you have two of them that aren't here. Who?
So that would be then Eddie and I guess just one of the other guys never showed up.
Yeah, you would like realistically, you didn't get
And-
a
and
roster of who was
Jeremy,
inside and who's
like, I don't know, like fucking
Oh no, Jeremy, that sucks.
I know, like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
I
My favorite
liked him.
not. We
like-
remember him as unnamed ghoul number 5 in season 2.
He's like the life of the party.
And then we gave him a real
man.
name and lines, and we had to recast him.
And then we killed him because he's.
That was a dig at the Harry
we
Potter
named him.
series. Fuck them
Yeah.
for that, by the way.
But you don't. There could be like 40 ghouls outside, but the fact that there's only 2 tendrils still going forth is like, okay, well, one might be Eddie, one might be somebody's there. Eddie might be dead. These are 2 random ass ghouls.
Yeah.
Either way, we need to know.
Are they pointing in the same direction, different directions? What's up?
It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like at this distance you don't know, but they're pointing. They're pointing kind of close enough that you would have to like go
Perfect.
further. You'd have to
Perfect.
trek a little bit to figure out.
Then yeah, he'll looks like you have 2 of them that didn't show up. But we can continue on and see what happens.
And I'll say this: there's no real role that I'm going to make you do to follow tendrils of magical light throughout the city. Like you've already made those rolls to see if you get the tendrils of light. But about 15 minutes in of walking, you do see that you almost get the sensation that your fingers are pulling apart. Not painfully, just like You feel the forking, and you look down, and you can see that the tendrils are in the distance moving off. Which one do you want to focus on?
Are there people around?
No, we'll say that you guys are
Can we
meandering
tuck into
through the
somewhere
alleys.
where there's no
Yeah.
people around so we can
We'll say
speak
you guys
openly?
are meandering through the alleys. Like the quickest way is a straight line to these things, and
The
those.
quickest way is the rooftops. Just by the way.
Okay.
Batman and
so,
Spider-Man just hopping their way through,
Yes.
sharing the universe.
Accurate.
Obviously.
Um,
Quickly before he picks a tendril. Has anyone followed us?
Make a perception check.
Thank
Makes a
you.
wits awareness.
Can I make with extra because he has tendrils connected that are apparently just tugging at him?
You can't see the tendrils.
No, but I'm telling him I'm looking to see if I asked specifically, hey, can you tell if someone follows us before we left? Remember?
Okay. Matthew,
So-
we're going to be helping her look around for followers. Okay. Roll a wits awareness with a specialty dice of 2.
Thank you. Because I asked that before we left. Just like. Okay. Ooh. Not good. Not terrible, but right on the cusp with lots of these fucking fuckers. Right. So that's an 8 and a 7, so it's 2 successes, and then a 10, so 4 successes.
Okay. With 4 successes, you don't see anybody. Like, are you guys in the rooftops or are you guys in the alleys?
No. Alleys are fine, but yeah.
Okay. You don't get the impression that anybody's following you.
Cool.
You didn't tell anybody to follow you. Jace, with you actively tracking, like it's some of the ink is going towards your elbow more. You get the impression that if it was a ball in your hand, some of it would be running down your arm towards the bar. Some of it would be pointing towards forward. You don't see any tendrils moving up your arm to track you guys.
sure. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
So you get the impression between the two of you that no one's following you. Kitty, roll me a wits awareness.
Cool.
It wasn't enough for you guys to see Kitty though, or Spot.
Well, I know the bird is there, I just don't know that it's not our bird.
Yeah, like you guys know, like, but you're also not like, really giving a shit.
I wouldn't notice. I
You're
wouldn't
just
know
like,
the difference.
you got Spot.
Bird.
Yeah.
Like,
I got 5 successes.
Oh my
So
God.
it's a success and then 2 critical successes on my hunger die.
oh my god.
What you see
Fuck.
as they walk out of the bar
Mhm.
is one of the ghouls starts to come out of the bar. And Hammy quickly comes out and be like, hey, come on in. Get you another drink. And the ghoul goes, oh, yeah. And then you
Okay.
follow them. You don't see anybody else following them.
Okay.
You make a note of that ghoul, but you don't. It's nothing obviously malicious. Not like I'm going to kill them. It's just like one of them maybe wanted to hang out with Siren more, or maybe they wanted to kill him.
I
You don't
showed
know.
them my tits. Of course they wanted to hang out with me more. Like,
I
but
clocked
Hammy-
that face, tried to just memorize that face so
Yeah.
I can explain it to Siren later once I reveal myself. It's me.
But you don't
Oh.
see anybody. She pulls the beak off and expands really quickly. You don't see anybody tracking them other than you.
Cool.
There's also no crows in the area, so you don't have to worry about RQ or anybody.
Or Q tries to eat me. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, we lost
Oh
Jace.
no! Oh no!
now it's time for
And
me to
then-
take over the magic. God damn it.
And then the inky quicksilverness takes over
And then
Jace's
he
body and he
dies.
disappears through the sand.
My Discord literally just restarted. I don't
Yeah.
know
I did that
why.
earlier. It just started like, bye. I was like, oh, okay.
So you guys trek through now. So like I said, the tendrils are splitting in different directions. So I leave that up to Jason, Siren, of what you guys are going to go after.
Hey.
So there are two. One of them is wispy and probably dying. The other one is stronger but staticky.
So here's the question I never wanted to ask. Here's the question I never wanted to ask. Does this track all blood or currently beating blood? If a ghoul of mine died less than 24 hours ago, would this still pick it up?
I doubt it.
I will say this. You guys know from Victor fucking around with the Thin Bloods
Yeah.
that the Vitae still has a bit of the essence
That's what I was worried about.
until it is evaporated.
Yep. So if it was a recent death, possibly. Second question. So with that new information in mind, possibly. Second question. For the storyteller, I realized, not for Jace.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
She asks, she says, what directions are they? Give me a north-south. Give me a... No
One is heading
Both ways.
towards the upscale part of downtown. That's the wispy one. The staticky one is coming from like a up and coming part of downtown.
Okay. So neither of
I
them
know.
are in a graveyard that we know of.
No,
Good.
no.
Or leading to a church that we
Yes.
know of.
So
The one that is headed towards the upper area of downtown, like I don't want to send you on a wild goose chase. The St. Louis Cathedral is downtown, but with me saying that doesn't, I don't want you to say like,
No,
oh,
that's
it's
fine.
going down.
Sure, of course.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit on the money end of town, and there's a lot of shit on the up and coming part of downtown because it's up and coming.
hey,
Come on.
more. What? Go. Sorry.
When I'm watching Jace like point and I'm listening in, is one of the way he's pointing the way that the person I was chasing ran in?
Yes,
Ooh.
Which
but
way?
you can't tell which is the wispy end and which is the staticky end because you can't see the tendrils.
He pointed.
He pointed
one
to
way
the-
or the
yeah.
other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which way did the?
So was it one way or
which
the other?
way?
It was going towards the high end side of town.
Okay, cool. So Spot's gonna fly down and peck Jace in the head and start flying in that direction.
You see
then-
Spot, a spot-like bird, come over and like peck the shit out of your head real quick, and then like literally like
Point.
Go
This way.
that way and look at you, and then go that way and look at you again.
Oh my
Jace
God.
looks confused, disgusted, accosted.
Assaulted,
Which,
offended.
yeah. Which of the tendrils is that that's leading?
that is the
way?
wispy end.
Okay. Well, it seems like Spot wants us to go towards the one that's dying, which is sort of my inkling too.
I want to give you some clarification because I don't want you to think the wrong thing. The wispy never loses its meandering and smoke like, but it never shudders out.
Oh.
The one that kind of statics in and out, it's very firm, but it's almost like it's incomplete with what you're tracking.
What I was wondering is if one of them is.
So I
having-
don't want you to think that one is dying, and I want to better describe what you're actually looking at. It's like a branch that has been chewed and
Yeah.
broken, but it's not lost its strength. The other one is losing strength.
But
It's still
looking-
connected.
If we're
When
looking,
is-
if we're looking ghoul wise, there's a possibility that either one, someone's also simultaneously being ghouled with someone else's blood and it's diluting it, which would account for the wispiness, or two, someone is feeding off of my ghoul. Their connection is still strong, but they are not like all there.
When was the last time you
I was gonna ask that.
reconnected with Eddie?
Yeah, because I
It's
usually
been-
give him blood every time we meet up.
It's been about 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Since you guys have all turned your contacts loose
yeah.
to go towards the Second Inquisition. With that being said, I wanted to address this at the beginning because I addressed it with Jace. Kitty, you have received the information that you wanted about St. Louis Cathedral. You have gotten, with your criminal contacts, the schematics and alarm codes, and you would have got that. Alarm codes and alarm systems and stuff like that. You would have got that at the beginning of, or the end of tonight.
Okay.
You haven't gotten them in hand yet, but when you go back home, they will be there.
Oh, coming through. Good.
Yeah. Just wanted to address that.
Perfect.
That you've gotten contact, like, hey, it's at your house. Is what the text message you got.
And
Unfortunately, I am in bird form, so I cannot look at my text messages.
Well, I mean, you would have
right
got that
now.
earlier. You would have got that earlier tonight. I meant to bring that up because I wanted to wrap up those things of like, hey, look, just so you guys know, it's been like 3 weeks. All your shit, you've gotten very thorough information
Perfect.
aside from Siren because Eddie.
yeah. Is
What?
is 2 or 3 weeks a long time to not re-up a ghoul?
Ghouls is once a month.
Also, he was far. Yeah, it was. That's why I was wondering either someone else is feeding him and diluting my vitae in his body, which would make sense for the wispy one being him, or the electric boogie one is because if someone else is feeding on him, if my idea being the connection being the ghoul bond, right? And if one connection is strong but flickering in and out, either he's being tested on, he is in and out of consciousness, he's in the fucking hospital, like whatever, but like his connection to me is still strong. The other one, his connection to me not being as strong, tells me that either someone else is in his head, or specifically since it's blood magic, someone else is in his blood. The idea of somebody else ghouling my ghoul. He's such a nondescript.
Absolutely.
He's such a nondescript. He's a person who only has connection to me, who wouldn't be important to anyone else unless they were trying to get to us. My instinct is to follow that, and I think somebody else is ghouling my ghoul.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And
Then we
I
will
just
do
didn't. I didn't want to railroad you guys with my talking, like how I describe things. So I wanted to clarify that. Like they're both Siren's blood.
yeah,
One is staticky and broken up.
I would like to know
but
what's
firm.
happening with the
one
other one.
is firm, but wispy.
I'd like to know what's happening with the other one because who the fuck is that is being electrocuted currently?
Get out of the bar fight. He's fine.
I'm hoping that's all it is.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, yeah, the wispy one then. That's also
Yeah.
the one that Spot wants us to go to. So we will go to that one.
We're going to speed up a little bit
Please.
as you.
We don't need to roleplay the entire walk.
Yeah, I will say this: as you guys go down, as you guys go downtown, Matthew and Kitty, roll me a wits awareness.
I got 4 successes.
Okay.
One of them's on a hunger down, if that makes sense.
No, it's fine.
Seven successes
Okay.
total because 2 of those were crits, which bumped that up to 7, and one of those was on my hunger die.
Okay. As you guys pass a certain point on your trip, you realize, Kitty, that there's a couple places towards where he was originally pointing that you guys have been to before, but you're focused on following them. You told them this way, and they've decided to follow you. Jace, with 7 successes. The most important thing that is to the left of where things have been is Vegas's club. It's the most important thing to you all in that direction is Vegas's club.
Vegas wouldn't be part of this tendrils, would he?
Wait.
I mean, it's his blood in her.
Wait.
Jace does not say that out loud.
Shit.
Oh, is that a
Um,
question to me?
That is a question. That is a question to internal Jace, which
You
means
guys-
the storyteller. I'm very sorry, Pixie.
Blood and genealogy have odd traits.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, I thought about this earlier. I was like, man, one of these is gonna be fucking Vegas. Okay.
The staticky one is coming towards the area in which Vegas has been pumping money into, the up and coming area.
Hmm.
I love how my version of New Orleans is like 3 versions of downtown. It's wherever I want them. Wherever I fucking want them to be that night is where they're fucking at. Suck it, New Orleans. I own your town. This is my world.
We get
Sorry,
sued by
Billy.
New Orleans.
Sorry, Billy.
Jace will. You see him like cock an eyebrow a little bit and then cock his head a little bit, and he'll just look back at his hands. We don't need to go to the other one. It's fine. This is the only one that matters. I just realized something.
I'm gonna trust you on that, but more information
It's-
later would be fascinating.
Just blood magic.
Oh, okay, great. Just blood magic. Cool.
That's a great blink check you got there, my
You
friend.
realize that's like saying back in the day when we needed it. It's just water magic.
Matthew
It's
and Siren,
fine.
you guys get a specialty dice of an extra 2 dice to roll whenever you would like to.
Oh,
Why?
okay.
Why?
That was something that if you guys figured it out, I was going to treat
Yay!
you guys to.
Yay!
Neat.
Aimed
That-
as a
Cool.
treat.
There are parts missing to that blood trail. That's because that's where Siren gets her blood from.
Neat.
It's
Okay,
not completely
got it.
her blood, but it is a portion of her blood.
Yay!
I thought about that earlier, and I was like, man, but
Genealogy
maybe,
matters, people.
Yeah,
Know where
and
your
I
roots
was-
come from.
I was like, maybe it won't matter because like she hasn't put her blood in him, but she technically.
You don't know
did.
what
I
our
don't
sex
know.
life is, okay? Let's just real quick.
That's fair. And
I assume we both
and
have to
Jace,
bet off each other.
Jace also
just
doesn't
assume
want to
that.
know.
When Jay says blood magic stuff, Spot makes like an annoyed chirp.
He'll just kind of like make it this at Spot. All right, to the wispy one we go.
Thank you. I just could not. I can't spell horror tonight or add TV on the end of it. So, as you guys continue to move downtown, more fast paced compared to now that you've made you're not constantly like looking over your shoulder of like, fuck, what is that other one? Feeling pretty fairly confident that that's Vegas. We hope you're right. As you make your way downtown,
Walking fast.
that's fair enough. I was making our way downtown. You follow the tendrils and follow the tendrils. And you get yourselves lost on following the path for a minute. Until you turn a corner and in front of you, you see the Hard Rock.
All packed in at the Hard Rock.
The Hard Rock Hotel of New Orleans. And you see the tendrils, Jace, snake all the way from 2 fingers, the thumb still pointing back. A thin line dipping towards the center of your wrist, towards the bar. The rest of one line snaking its way up to the 5th floor of the Hard Rock. Now it's odd, Jace, that the Hard Rock has 14 floors, but it's always the fucking 5th. It's always the 5th.
Yep.
Technically, there's only 13, but there's a 14th floor.
Okay.
On the elevators, there's a 14th floor, and there's no 13th.
Yes, because that's how America works. It's 4 in Japan.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
cool.
I'll leave it to you guys.
Jace will pull out his phone. Oh, God. And he will text Jem and Kitty.
Having no idea
Um,
she's here.
Having no idea.
Hey,
she's
Jem,
here,
can you
thinking-
bring Kitty with you specifically?
right? He's just
You
gonna
don't
text
you
them
don't get a
both.
text, but you feel like your body just kind of like you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that?
The Nokia goes out.
from his beak.
I didn't realize that Spot could mimic
You
that
taste
well.
a little buzz in your mouth all of a sudden.
But
I'm sitting on Siren's shoulder. Josiah would feel the buzz. And like, you vibrate.
he'll text the two of them and just say, it all comes back to the Hard Rock.
Ooh, if I hadn't have already given Tristan the title of this episode.
Well, we can end right now and make that next week's episode.
Tristan,
the
it's
title.
changed.
It's changed.
It all comes back to the Hard Rock.
That was such a good line, Matthew.
Thank you so much. And he'll follow that up with just investigating. Let you know if there's any problems. And then
with that, Jem, you get that text message. Kitty, you do not. Jem, what do you do? You know that the Hard Rock has always been associated
That's yeah.
with
it's always
Addison and the Venture.
going missing. Yeah, I'm going to on the new phone
Who did?
dial Addison's number.
Yeah.
Like put it into the new phone and call it.
Okay. Hello, dear.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh, kitten, where have you been?
Click.
It's gonna. This is what sucks, right? Calm, steadying breaths really help when you don't fucking breathe. She's going to call id.
Oh. Oh.
Is that him saying hi?
Oh, you're gonna call in? Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were gonna call. I thought you were finishing something. I was just me storytelling it. Oh shit.
Oh no, I'm calling id. We're not texting. We're calling.
Hello.
That's how you know shit's gotten real, kids. Hey, are you busy right now?
It's just another night in paradise.
Right. So you hear things, and I definitely,
I'm gonna pause
phrase-
you. I'm gonna pause you real quick.
yeah.
Roll me an intelligence politics.
No. I shan't. It's Christmas. Intelligent. Where's politics? Where
I was
is
getting
politics?
a very like every time I bring Hard Rock into the, I get a very like Die Hard vibe. So when you say Christmas, I'm like, dude, this is a Christmas episode. I'm sorry, you got the fucking Hard Rock. like it's very like Nakatomi Plaza or whatever it was called.
For the Christmas episode, we burned down the Hard Rock.
Okay.
Get rid of it.
With 2, you do know that the Venture and the Nosferatu have a working relationship. Okay.
I know.
Just going forward.
Okay. I know.
And I had to like
You hear things, and the phrase monster fucker got thrown around earlier tonight, so
I'm a little I can't come over for that at the
in
moment.
a weird like throwback. I really need a hug.
Yeah. A hug or a monster fucker hug.
Oh, well, I didn't think that was on the table.
I mean,
I just
no. Sorry. What were you? I got distracted.
everything's going bad, and I shouldn't talk to you because talking to y'all
Hey,
is.
give me 1 second, man. Fuck off, man. And you hear him like.
Is that ego? Is that ego
hear
in the
him kinda like,
background?
no, fucker. Like. What's going on? If you fucking come in this room, I swear to God, it'll be the last night you do.
This is just you at work,
Your
isn't
door
it?
shut.
Like, this is just you at work.
Love, I might love the smirks. This might be my favorite dynamic in the world. Shut the fuck up! I'm on the phone. God.
Damn it, man! I'm fucking on the phone. Talk to the crew, man. If you guys like every time I write a kindred, I know who they are in like real life, and it and Ego are like, I love these guys.
But I love their dad. So I miss you, Grin.
Grin is a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Blood manager to bring him back, please.
Fucking
Inform
Hancock.
me.
Fucking Hancock.
Maybe I'll just go kill him. I don't know. I just like I can't. I know that if I tell you anything, then everybody you work with knows, or you'll just use it. I know that that's how this works, and I'm not stupid, but I don't know who else to talk to. And you like smashing pumpkins. It's
fuck yeah. Anyway, what's going on?
Vincent's back.
I don't know. I don't know who Addison is.
I mean, the good news is
it's the fucking the suit that you guys used to roll.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is I traded a favor to your brother if he could find him, and he didn't. So I don't owe your brother shit now, which is just I don't know.
He's kind of shit at tracking.
Yeah, he's kind of shit at everything.
I mean, he's still my brother, but yeah.
I'm sorry. He's.
Oh, I don't give a shit. Okay,
what do you want me to say? He's bad. He's not.
It's complicated. So do you want me to go get him? Like, he's kindred? Like.
No. But I thought he was dead. He didn't return any of my texts. He's been out there this whole time. Whole time. And he didn't text me back.
This whole time.
He didn't text me back. But he never called. I thought he was dead. And he's here. He's back. He never left. I am panicking. And I don't know how we panic. But somehow there is panic. It's in my body. I can feel it like acid. And I'm in my pajamas and I'm making slippery nipple shots. I'm having a very weird day.
I'm on my way. Click.
And that's how you do it, kids.
Also how I got all my relationships. Emotional breakdown works every time.
Well, she'll go back to bartending.
Okay.
What's the whiskey doing? Is the shot still there?
The shot is still there.
Where is Fred?
Fred is still sitting on Jace's Ouija board / altar table / panhandler table.
Can I just real quick, because right? Turn on Sense the Unseen and give a look around the Biznar.
Lou is sitting behind Jace's table with his feet up on the table.
I thought he had. I'm not gonna lie. Megan really thought
Fred.
he had possessed Fred.
No, he is petting Fred.
Okay. There was a minute there where I was like,
that's worse.
Make me a wits awareness.
Him petting him is worse.
He has a pet now. Wits awareness. Good.
He can touch corporeal things.
Heyo.
That's not great.
Yeah, like kind of like.
But no, because we all know cats are liquid. That's why he can touch them. And he can
Yeah,
demonstrate
cats
cats
are
are
liquid,
liquid.
okay?
So that's why.
Cats are liquid. That never mind. I'm gonna be really good on stream. Cats are liquid.
Oh, sorry. 2.
2. Okay. Make me a wits occult.
Ooh.
2 is what you needed to kind of get an inkling of something.
You want to see the big rolls?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Give me that 0. You got some points in intelligence. I don't think you have anything in occult. What do you? Oh God!
Ask and ye shall receive, swag.
Okay. You find the thing strange that he's petting Fred, and he's not looking at you.
No, that's why
but
I'm still alive.
He looks at the bar, or he looks around the bar, and then he looks at you.
She's
And
keeping eyes on his chest.
Oh, okay. So like not.
I'm not looking him in the eye. I know that's how we got Lou in the first place.
That's how you got your friend. You're welcome.
So
Listen, I'm not mad about it.
he, from the side of
Lou would hug me.
From the side of Fred, there's not a shot glass. There's not a glass at all. But he raises his hand as if there's a glass to you as a cheers. He knows that you're looking at him.
But he's not mad.
Because, well, you can't see his face.
He's cheersing me.
Because since the unseen crosses boundaries into the unseen, just like Jace didn't necessarily make eye contact with every ghoul or with every wraith and ghost to then see them, they know when you can. They know when you can see them.
Oh, then I'll look him in the eye.
He's grinning
Pick
at
my
you.
eye out.
He's
grinning at me. Does he have all of his teeth?
He does. Yeah, he has all of his teeth.
He takes his teeth out.
Chop Johnson.
I took mine out, you take yours out. I told you guys that story for some reason. Sorry guys, it's behind the scenes stuff. Chop Johnson. I think I will fucking put him in this game. This is Louisiana. He would fit right the fuck in with this game.
Yes. Okay. She'll smile and like finger waggle at him.
And he goes from the cheers position. He goes and sips an invisible drink, and it just disappears.
Cool. Does Fred seem to be acknowledging that there are scritches?
You see when he runs his fingers down, because I say pet. It's more of Dr. Evil, kind of like, okay, hold on. I don't want to put that image in your head of like, he's evil. But
Right.
like, just
He
kind
is.
of.
It's a long stroke, if I may.
Just kind of like touching with his fingertips. And you see kind of like Fred is moving a little bit. Like there seems to be a reaction, yeah.
As he knocks over a tarot card.
God, I would give anything. I would pay good money to watch Fred do a tarot reading.
The camera flips to the floor as the tower lands face up.
Stop it! Get out!
The tower is bad.
I want to go home.
I want to leave. Thank you.
Let me off this ride.
So
one day late at night when no one's around, Jace gives Fred a tarot reading. That's what I want.
No, I want Fred to give me a tarot reading.
Gemma, is there anything else you wanted to
3
do
hours.
while you wait for whatever it is planning?
No. She's gonna pour herself a shot, blush and take it, and just like prom night. And Yo-Yo's there, right?
Yeah. Yo-Yo
Okay.
and Hammy are still there.
Okay, cool. To distract her, she'll put on Slumber Party, and they'll do a Coyote Ugly bar walk. They'll
On the bar?
Yeah.
I don't know what a Coyote bar or Coyote Ugly bar walk is.
It's they dance on the bar.
Oh, okay, yeah. Everybody's dancing it up on the bar.
Not everybody. No. It's
Well,
her
you
and
and Yo-Yo are
Okay.
dancing it up on the bar, and
not a-
and if there's somebody else in the crowd you wanted to bring up,
No. Yeah, the one
are
by.
you guys doing like shot girl stuff, like
No.
tucking the dollars in the
Have we seen?
onesies?
There's like a bunch of sleepover like TikTok dances that are going around. It's just that.
Oh, okay.
It's just the two of them in like ridiculous. She's in like a tied up t-shirt and like booty short,
Okay.
boxer type thing. Just that, and them like 69 flipping on the bar.
The good thing is you're undead and she's a ghoul. There's a lot of athletic acrobatics going on.
Yeah.
Nothing masquerade breach, but definitely like, holy
Yeah.
fuck, they're talented.
I
Do you get
gotta
girl's
make up.
number? It's like-
I gotta make up something for the fact that I'm just giving shots to all the gray sweatpants. So
yeah.
yeah, this is gonna pay rent for the.
You do
Here.
see that even though the Gray Short Brigade have been getting free drinks, they've been tipping very heavily. More so, like they don't realize whose establishment this is, other than like this is Siren's place that she hangs out, so they're going to treat it well. Even with the free drinks. Some people tip more than drinks, some people tip less, but you're coming out at least even, if not ahead.
Siren, Tyler Boys well, and Pixie is doing the Lord's work in Discord right now. That's all
I
I'll say
do
about
what
that.
I fucking can.
You do notice
But that was
that
all cat. Like,
the other bar owner is tipping very heavily.
Fascinating.
She's like graciously so, because like you guys both own bars across the way from each other. She's gonna help you out. You help them out.
Okay. Yes,
To
help
be
her out.
sure.
Of course. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm getting caught up on fucking chat, and I was like, "What the fuck are you guys doing over here?" So Kitty, Jace, and Siren, what are you doing?
panicking.
You guys see that it's the Hard Rock. Now, Kitty, you know some of the significance of the Hard Rock. You know the Venture own it. You know there's been some weird shit because they've referenced like, I'm not fucking going back there. You've heard them reference some weird shit. You know the Venture own
Not
it.
in gamble once or twice. So that's pretty much
Yeah, like, but it doesn't fill you with the oh fuck that it does Siren and Jace, unless it does.
Not really.
I didn't figure it would, but there's definitely like there's been some weird fucking shit go down.
She starts to fly forward and then looks behind her because no one's moving and just looks.
They're not. They're staring at like, goddamn it, son of a fucking bitch.
to-
You also see Jace's eyes go up to about a little bit under halfway up the building as well. It's not just like taking in the whole building. It's about
to
halfway
like
up.
the fifth story.
Fifth floor, the fifth story.
Roll me a
one
what's
might
awareness,
say.
Kitty.
On a scale of
Meow, meow.
1 to 14.
Please.
Kitty, kitty, meow, meow.
Please give me the success. 3 successes.
You see that he's probably looking at like the 4th to 6th, somewhere in that range.
Spot,
Like he's looking very intently at a very specific part of this hotel.
Spot goes straight up Chase's face, and then looks up at where he was looking, and then looks back at him.
Hang on. This can actually help.
Yes.
She holds out her hand for Spot. For Spot.
And lands on your hand.
Great. Okay.
Fucking here for this new sticker in Discord.
Yeah, that's all cat. Like, I just uploaded it. Okay.
I have to
Smart.
watch Coyote Ugly. Sorry. Go ahead, Pixie.
Smart bird. Pretty bird. Hello. Clever bird.
Kitty, you
Breathes a little
feel
bit.
you feel a sense of praise
Yeah.
deep within inside of you.
There you go. I've tapped into something accidental
We've
here.
unlocked Kitty's praise king.
He's always
Who
been first
knew
king
Spot had a
first of
I knew
all.
Kitty did, but who knew Spot did?
I know pets
Good
start behaving
bird.
like they're humans, but it was
Meow,
very
meow.
fast.
Victor said you're a good cat once, and she died for the
Yes.
rest of the day.
Good kitten.
Victor broke the game. Well, no, it's if you're a good girl, and then the bike exploded before she could ride it, so clearly she's never been good enough. And it's gonna live there forever.
She's gonna make that motorcycle so fucking good.
Yep.
To
Anyway,
only prove that I am not good at all, I'm here. Anyway, continue.
you're perfect. Shut up. Anyway, so, if I give you, do you know how to count? She asks it not count as English. Yes, genuine. You know how to count. Okay. 5th floor. Do we count the lobby floor as if, like, well, I want to make sure that we get it. It's not like that episode of Friends where she counts the
grounds.
Yeah.
Grounds.
And then
1, 2,
3, 4, 5. So 5th floor, so 6th series of windows.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go to the 6th set of row of windows. She waits for some confirmation that the bird has understood. On that row, if you can count and keep track, she's gonna think this bird is a genius when it figures it out, not knowing it's genuinely. She's gonna think he's a fucking. She trains him so well.
Pause. Do any of our lore keepers remember the room?
That wasn't what I was doing, though. So that's not
okay.
That's not the question. Hi, I need you to let us get there, please.
Sorry.
For the love of God, you keep cutting us off tonight, and it's not the question I was asking. Can you fly up to that floor? And I want. It's night. There's lights on in the city. When hotel rooms are not booked, their curtains are usually open. The guests close them. I need you to tell me how many windows on that floor. If you can keep track of 2 different numbers, how many are open and how many are closed. Okay? Go.
Well,
She wants to know how booked, how busy, if they've started keeping every window closed, that's a fucking Ventru hideout at this point. At this point, like, when hotel rooms are not fully booked, they leave the windows open. And there's no chance in hell that, we can probably see lights on in various windows. There's no chance in hell that floor is just accidentally all booked. Like,
no.
So yeah, she wants to see, that's what she wants to see.
Now, Kitty being Kitty is going to give you a better number. But even from being downstairs, you can see that it's rough. The hotel is more full than normal. It's Halloween weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The hotel is more full than normal. Kitty, when you get over there, roll me a wits awareness.
3 successes again. Well, one's a crit, so 4.
Okay. We're going to say that roughly that there's rooms on the back. There's larger rooms on the ends next to the fire escapes. And there's rooms on the front.
Can someone use 2 different powers at the same time?
Ooh, depends. What power are you trying to use?
So I'm currently using protein.
Bird, yeah.
Bird. Can I use animalism for sense the beast to see if I can see any kindred through the windows or feel them through the walls?
I'm going to say no. What, Megan?
I was like, they're 2 different trees.
They're 2 different
They are
things.
2 different trees, but it's just like I don't let her speak to animals while she's in bird shape.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. It is the kindred, it is the beast inside of you, sensing the beast inside of others.
Because you're a Ganglor, right? Because Gangrel are already very, very close to the beast,
The beast
Yeah.
never leaves.
Yeah.
Me and my beast are BFFs.
That's why.
I will say this: your bird can sense the beast. Yes.
It
Would
does
you like to
say
sense the beast?
transformed kindred can generally use other disciplines. Vampires in wolf form can still read auras and communicate with other animals, for example. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I was like, kind of. I was gonna say initially no, but like, dude, they're close to their beast.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say like your beast.
Your beast shuts off.
It'd be like saying,
bird.
"Oh, I can just live as a cougar forever and
then
never
you
have to
would
worry
never
about the
be in
beast
danger.
again."
Like-
Yeah.
So I can sense the beast within other vampires, mortals, and supernatural creatures. So if they're not vampires, I can see if they're other things.
Strangely enough, below the ground, you get a hunger from below the hotel, which is odd. In other areas, it's not odd. This is
But we're
very
in New
common.
Orleans.
Yeah.
There's people who live underground. It's called Nosferatu and everybody who doesn't want sunlight.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, however, it is odd because it is below sea level.
Yeah. But nothing on the 5th floor?
There is a strong hunger. Now you've known that it is a couple older vampire will give off that level of hunger, or a lot of lower level. You know this is a Ventru hangout stronghold, so it's uncommon or unbelievable that there's a strong hunger there. Throughout multiple parts of the hotel, you get pings of hunger, varying levels, varying strengths. On the 5th floor, you get 1.
Okay.
It's very weak.
Okay.
Almost not a beast at all.
Interesting. I'm gonna clock where that room is, and I'm gonna clock the strong ones in the basement.
Could be.
That's what you said.
It's either a pile, a group, or a few strong, that kind of thing. You don't clock how many. It's more of just like you get a sense inside of you of like
there's other
you
things around.
You can't count. Yeah. It's between like the 3rd and the 8th floor. There's very few, and you can tell like in that middle range there's 1, but if it's a beast, it's very weak.
Okay. So I gotta clock where in the hotel that number 5 is. Is there like a spot near the front that has just like a lot of shrubbery?
Yeah, there's what do we call it? Topiaries? There's a lot of like it's in front of the Hard Rock. Yeah, they want to make it look pretty. Yeah.
I'm gonna dive bomb into one of those.
Okay.
So I can't be seen. I'm gonna turn into myself again.
Yeah, there's a couple passerbys like she just went and pissed behind that bush. We all fucking know what she did. Okay. Out walks Kitty.
I walk out toward
Siren and Jace. You see Kitty approaching you from the Hard Rock.
Okay.
From the fucking bushes.
So there is like a super weak one on the 5th floor. But there's like there's something really really strong, or like a lot of them.
Wait. What?
What?
You realize that Kitty pecked you in the side of the head.
I mean, so actually, this was.
Siren, you were talking to a really smart bird a second ago.
So yeah, we know that she could previously turn into like a puma. Do we know that she can turn into
This is the first time
other
you've seen her turn into something really small, and not a puma specifically.
Did we see the bird fly down into the topiary?
At this time of night, you wouldn't have been able to see.
It's dark and she's tiny.
Okay.
Like unless you would have had Sense the Unseen or Sense the Beast on, you wouldn't have been able to tell there was a bird that flew into the bush.
Okay. What? How did you get here?
Oh my god.
I turned at a spot and followed you.
Of course you did.
Can't fault you for it.
I can.
I would have done the same shit. I would have told you, fuck off. I'm going with you.
I'm going with you. This is a dumb idea. I
like I said,
fight about it.
I can fault you. Is Jem okay?
Jim's fine.
Are we
Jim
sure?
is as fine as Jim can be.
The camera hasn't flashed back. You don't know.
Yeah, fuck me for wanting one of our party members who's in a current emotional state to not be left the hell alone. Yeah, I'm the one who had the bad idea.
I was giving you shit. I agree with you. However, I would have done the same thing.
And I would have been pissed.
I understand why you wanted people there to protect Jem.
And I would have been pissed at you too. So she.
Yeah, she's not alone. If you think she's alone, that's also.
It's not about being alone. There's none of us there right now. And if I had just been abandoned by the person who I thought was trustworthy, and he was turning up and killing people, I wouldn't feel safe being abandoned by an entire fucking coterie in one night. If I'd known all of us were gonna come out here, I would have stayed there. She shouldn't have been left alone without us right now, tonight.
I asked her if she wanted to come with us.
She's never gonna say yes, and she's always gonna pretend she's okay. But you know how much Addison fucking meant to her. And now we've put her in a position to feel like she's the one being left the fuck out.
No, because
Yeah.
she would not have ever wanted to come. Because she doesn't want to see him be a villain.
Yeah, but she also doesn't want to be left alone. And if you think she does, you haven't paid attention to her at all. God fucking damn it.
And this is when the camera does switch back to Jem. So you only got a couple more minutes left. Jem, you see Id. You see a man come in that is not wearing pajama pants. He comes and approaches you in the bar. He's wearing like street clothes. He comes in the bar and says, "You know the difference between id and ego?" And you quickly understand that this is probably id. To skip past the "this is id" and Nosferatu mask of many faces.
Right. You had me at no gray
You had me,
sweatpants.
yeah. And then he extends a hand to you, and kind of like, "I know you're rough tonight." Do you let him clasp your hands?
She was gonna come out from behind the bar and just hug him.
The moment that you embrace,
Oh god.
you get a premonition.
Oh god! Oh no.
The moment that no matter what he looks like, no matter what he might smell like to mortals around him, he smells like graveyard dirt, like cement, like stone. There's no rot. There's no scent of monstrous, disgusting, like vileness there that you would get when you looked at him.
Right.
Now, whether it be the Malkavian nature to separate and split and focus, there's a sense of stability, firmness, and solitude in that scent. And as you close your eyes to kind of just take in that, he's kindred. He's firm when you touch him. And you open your eyes and you are in a tunnel. Stone floors. Stone walls. Torches lit down, but the flames don't affect your beast. You almost feel like oh no, but nothing comes of it. What do you do? It's dark and the shadows disappear into the distance down this tunnel.
Walking down the tunnel.
As you walk, and you walk, and you walk, an hour goes by. You start to count the torches. Another hour goes by. You start to count the stone tiles on the floor, in the walls, on the ceiling. Hundreds and hundreds you count. 2 hours. 3 hours. You're about to give up. Like, you don't know how much longer you can walk. This is repetitive. It's monotonous. It's frustrating. And then you see a fork in the tunnel. To the left. And to the right. A Y-shaped fork in this tunnel. This never-ending tunnel. And you're staring at the left and the right fork. There's no torches down either side. Part of you wants to turn and run. Part of you wants to go left. Part of you wants to go right. Good adventurers always go left, but right is right. What do you do?
Oh. Um. This is. Can I go straight?
When you start walking towards the probably 2 foot by 2 foot, like, or 2 foot wide brick column that splits these tunnels, because it's not just like a left and right path along the same path. It's
Right, yeah.
two split. It's a Y. You get a couple feet from the division, and to the left of you, you see a dark red, almost black. But it can't be black because it's blindingly bright. These two eyes, hundreds and hundreds of feet away, but you know that those are eyes. With a wreath of fire behind it, red, deep, dark, shadowy fire. To the right, you see blindingly bright white eyes. And then down lower, how do I want to describe this? A 4 foot, at this distance, it's not that long, but a sword of fire down to the side. What do you do?
And that's on the left side?
Left side is
Fire eyes?
fire eyes. The right side is some fucking holy
Second
brightness.
Inquisition?
Yeah.
I'm going to go. And I can't go forward.
The moment that you try to decide, the shapes start running, getting closer and further and closer and further and closer and further and closer and further. And to the left of you is this demonic form with a grin that you loved in some ways. And to the right, you see a sword raise. And as the sword raises and slashes out, the fangs of the demon rear back to bite you. And you wake up. And it goes, "Are you okay? What can I do? Tell me."
Blood sugar's low, it's fine. This is nice. This is good. This is helping.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You want to get out of here?
I really fucking do.
You wanted to smash some shit. I think I know a place that we can go to.
Okay, that would be great. I gotta tell Yo-Yo first.
Yeah, of course.
My Yo-Yo, not your Yo-Yo.
My Yo-Yo.
You guys have a Yo-Yo.
Oh, yeah, Dunk, yeah. He's
yeah.
all right, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's fine. But I have a Yo-Yo too, but I have to let her know. Because when they come back and I'm not here, they're gonna think I did something stupid.
And as the camera pulls away, we see Jem talking to Yo-Yo. We see Hammy going up to this new arrival that is kind of like arm behind Jem. Realizing that this dude's kind of boring looking, he's probably an Nosferatu. Talking to, I mean, it's one of those things like, if you know, you know, like this boring fucking lame ass individual walking with Jem. Oh, he's probably a Nos. They're kind of boring and lame looking when they're not like, "I'm gonna eat your souls." Talking to Yo-Yo, talking to Hammy. We see Siren and Matthew and Kitty looking very intently at one another.
Just Matthew in reality.
Sorry, Jace. Siren and Jace and Kitty looking at each other very intently, but worried about the Hard Rock as we leave off this week's episode.
I want very well know that when Siren started belittling Kitty, it wasn't like her like usual like smile dropped, like straight laced, and her eyes go feline immediately as soon as that happens. Like,
Don't talk down to me, bitch.
It wasn't even. It wasn't. That's the thing is, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be talking down to. It was
worried about
genuine.
Jem.
It was genuine anger and concern.
came across as you yelling about me about my own choices.
That's Pixie not knowing how to do human emotions.
No.
Siren was angry at not
and it
belittling
was
for the
character. That's not
okay.
me and you.
And
in character.
And in character,
Pixie hates Cat right now.
And no, and hey, don't help when I'm trying to clarify an actual conflict issue, please. In character, it was a that's how Siren felt, is people don't trust her to make her own choices, so they're going to follow her anyway. And she already had Hammy not listen to her, and Vegas not listen to her, and now it's that one thing after another of nobody actually thinks I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Why?
So I will say this, coming from the storyteller of playing those other two characters, Vegas, whether it is coming from a healthy place or not, wants to absolutely protect you as his progeny and his close that he can actually feel anymore to love interest of, I need to protect this. I don't care if she thinks she's independent. I don't care if she thinks she's strong. It is not her place to decide that. It is my place to protect her.
Doesn't help.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. And in Hammy's place of, this person is so new in doing what I have done for decades. Yes, she is more powerful than me. Yes, she is stronger than me. However, she is not used to dealing with the threats that I am used to dealing with from my master as being Vegas, that they, flawed character-wise, think that they know better because they've been doing this longer and will seek to protect Pixie in that, or Siren in that.
But that's not why but that's also not why Hammy didn't listen. Hammy didn't listen to go protect Yo-Yo. Hammy didn't listen. Hammy disobeyed to go protect Yo-Yo, not for
100%. That's his love interest. He still has humanity.
But again, it was, and this wasn't even her selfishly thinking she was strong enough to do shit on her own. This was her genuinely not wanting any of us to ever feel abandoned and alone in situations, because there's no other kindred at the bar. And that shouldn't happen. It's
one of the downsides of, like I said, this season is going to be dealing with a lot more emotional kind of backlash, I guess would be the best way of saying it, of Hammy loves Yo-Yo now. Hammy is not he gives zero fucks what you say. If it's not coming from Vegas, he has no supernatural pull to obey it. His love for Yo-Yo outweighs his dedication to you.
Which I
Yo-Yo would have said, I'm sorry, Hammy, I have to go. And 100% left and dipped out, because she would have felt that supernatural pull. She would have been hurt by it. And she would have talked to you about that. Vegas is like, no, I'm going to protect you at all costs. I don't care if you're fucking happy about it. This is what's going to happen. He's flawed. Hammy is flawed. Everybody aside from you, because you all bring your own flaws to the table, everybody else has their own built-in character flaws that are going to fuck you guys up in this season. They are all individuals to the point of being almost self-destructive in some ways. Because welcome to humanity. If you still have some, you may not always make the best decisions for a good story, because humanity. But next week we're going to pick up with, again, the party split up. And dealing with the repercussions of expectations and leaning on people. So, I love you guys. I'll be talking to my cast off screen, but hopefully the viewers enjoy tonight, and hopefully you're okay. We're gonna raid Q Times. That's a great name, by the way. And stick around for the raid. Go give them some love, and we will see you guys next week.